Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Juubi Naruto x Wonder Woman. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by SAGEOF6way and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Chapter 1 Origins. I don't own Naruto or Justice League. Talking demon or voice. Dreams, flashbacks. Thoughts. In an unknown part of the world. A man in his 20s is meditating in a grassy field. His blonde hair going to his shoulders, his bangs blowing in the wind. He is wearing a white robe made of silk with the kanji for Juubi on the back. I wonder how long it has been since I have seen action. Too long in my opinion, thought the man, as he smiles. He gets up and walks to a clearing. The earth has not been disturbed, the man does one hand sign after waiting for a few seconds, the image of a palace appears. I sense that a storm is coming, but I can't tell where, thought the blonde-haired man, as the clouds darken. He goes through some hand signs, and the palace disappears as does he after a few more hand signs. In Metropolis. The blonde-haired man appeared in a flash and changed his clothes with an illusion. He is now wearing a Kakashi type of mask and a cloak that looks like the Fourth's. He watches as ships appear in the sky and start landing. He sees both a man in black with a design of a bat and another man in red and blue suit with an S on the chest of his suit, fighting an army of white aliens. The blonde takes out a trikunai and throws it at the force advancing on the two heroes. He then disappears in a flash and reappears behind 10 aliens with his sword drawn. The 10 aliens that are closest to the Batman fall down in pieces. The blonde turns to Batman and frowns, "Don't let your guard down or you will die. Strike to kill so they can't regroup," said the blonde-haired man. The man in red turns around, "You can't be serious," he said. The blonde-haired man just cut down another alien. "This is war," said the man. Just as they were fighting, a shot from the alien's blaster misfired and hit a building, setting it on fire. The blonde turns around and goes through some hand signs, water style. "Water dragon jutsu," said the blonde, as a dragon is formed out of molecules from the air and hits the building putting out the fire. The blonde-haired man turns around and sees Superman leaving with Batman following. He forms a cross with his fingers. "Shadow clone jutsu," he said, as 10 identical copies appears on the field. "I want 8 of you to evacuate the citizens, 2 of you are to rush the aliens with me." "Go," said the blonde, as he and 2 clones rush the army, cutting them apart as they fight, while the other 8 clones start to evacuate the people of Metropolis. After the citizens leave the battleground, the other 8 clones attack the aliens, taking out the remaining soldiers. The blonde then disappears and reappears on a cliff in a swirl of leaves and sees a winged woman bashing in some alien's head with her mace. The man jumps down and forms more clones while in descent. The 9 clones rush to the woman's aid while the man forms more hand signs, ninja art. "Dark swamp," said the man, as he puts his hand down on the ground and mud starts to form, killing about 20 alien soldiers by pulling them underground. The woman just finished off some aliens, but she got shot in the wing causing her to fall down in pain. The blonde runs to her, taking out his sword from his scroll that he just unraveled. He starts to take out the aliens with his sword until he reaches her. The blonde grabs her bridal style, startling her, and jumps over the army against them and starts to flee. After going a few yards away, the man starts to throw some kunes in a box formation and does some hand signs. "Barrier. Elemental barrier," he said, as 4 walls appear, one of fire, water, wind and earth around them, 4 elements on each side. "This should keep us safe until I do some medical ninjutsu," said the blonde, as his hand starts to glow green and he puts it over the wound on her wing. The scorch mark starts to disappear and vanishes like it was never there. Naruto offers his hand. "How are you feeling? Ready to kick some ass and take names?" The woman looks at her savior. "Can I get your name?" she asked. "Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, but my hero name will be Sennin," said the now identified Naruto. "And you are Hawkgirl, correct?" he asked. The woman nods her head. Hawkgirl flies off carrying Naruto by his arm. Naruto and Hawkgirl arrive to see a black-haired woman in a skimpy outfit flying, taking out a ship. He then sees the bat jet coming down with a missing wing. The jet that is plummeting is caught by a bubble of green energy, and above the bubble is an African American wearing green tights with a beam coming out of his finger. Naruto starts to attack the advancing army with speed rivaling the Flashes and multiple Rasengans. Soon the army is wiped out and the man in blue and red flies down with a green-skinned man next to him. Batman appears with a winged jetpack and the black-haired woman flies down. The last to arrive is a man in a red suit holding the missing wing of the bat jet. "That's you, drop this," he said, as he sees the woman with black hair. He drops the wing and runs up to her. "Where have you been all my life?" he asked, trying to hit on her. "Themyscira," she said, as the Flash looks confused. Hawkgirl walks forward. "Home of the Amazons, I thought it was a myth," she said. The woman shakes her head. It's as real as the ground we walk on, she said. The man in green glares at Naruto and the other woman. Who are the rookies? He asked. The woman is fuming while Naruto smirks. If you only knew how strong I was. Or how many wars I have fought, you would not say that, said Naruto throwing back the insult. The man in red and blue steps up before a fight can break out. Let's introduce ourselves since some of us don't know each other, he said. Why don't you go first, Superman, said Naruto smirking. As the young man said, I'm Superman. Hawkgirl steps up. I am Hawkgirl. The man in green steps up. Name's Green Lantern. Don't know why I am telling a bunch of rookies. Flash, and don't forget it, said the man in red to the black-haired woman. The woman steps up. I am Diana, said the Amazonian. That man, said the man in black. Everyone turns to Naruto waiting for his introduction. Naruto Namikaze is my birth name, but you can call me Senin, said Naruto. The man in green skin stands up. My name is John Jones, I am a Martian. 10 minutes after introductions, the Martian fills everyone in on the invaders. Saying how they invaded Mars and killed most of his people, but a few who made a commando raid using nerve gas to freeze the invader, but only John survived. He goes on telling them how people from Earth came to Mars and released a white Martian, and he was captured trying to warn the Earth government. And we just make another bunch of nerve gas? Asked the Flash. That would be not advisable. We don't know what effect it will have humans, said Naruto. Your planet does not have the proper ingredients to make it. I brought some with me, but it was destroyed when I was captured, said John. Superman looks in thought until the lighting shot down and a giant ship starts to land. John looks up with sorrow in his face. It has begun. The invaders are nocturnal, so they will block out the sun and plunge the world into darkness, said the Martian. Is there a way to stop them? Asked Naruto. John looks at him. We have to go to each factory and grab at least a crystal that will stop the factory from blocking the sun, said the Martian. Flash runs up to Diana. I call dibs on the Amazon, he said, but gets pulled away by Green Lantern. You're with me, we can get in and out faster, he said. Hawkgirl and Superman for max damage. Batman and John for sneaking in, and the rookies will be one group. After the briefing of where everyone is going, they split up into different groups. Superman and Hawkgirl take the one in Metropolis, Green Lantern and Flash go to Malaysia, Batman and John go to Rome, while Diana and Naruto head to Japan. Superman and Hawkgirl in Metropolis. Superman and Hawkgirl arrive at their destination in Metropolis. So how do we get inside? Asked the Man of Steel. Hawkgirl takes off with her mace and slams it against the wall of the building, making a hole for the two to enter. They enter and are engaged by the aliens. They continue to fight the aliens until they get to the room with the crystal. When they get there, the door closes on them and gas comes out of the vents, knocking Superman out, while Hawkgirl tries to knock the door down but falls as well. The aliens come into the room with blasters pointed at the downed heroes. Green Lantern and Flash in Malaysia. The Lantern and Flash appear a mile away from the factory. Alright, here is the plan, Green Lantern started to say, but the Flash cut him off. I will go in and take the crystal in a second, said the Flash as he runs forward, but as he gets to the first walker, the ground in front of him gets shot, causing him to trip and fall down. Just as the walker was getting ready to shoot him, a green shield comes up in front of Flash, blocking the lasers of the walkers. The Green Lantern takes his comrade and hightails it out of the area. Batman and John in Rome. Batman and John manage to sneak into the factory and find the crystal and fought their way out. On the way out, Batman puts batarang bombs in the factory, and once they leave, the factory explodes from the bombs. Wonder Woman and Naruto in Tokyo, Japan. Diana and Naruto arrive in Tokyo. Naruto turns to Diana. Let's knock, shall we? Ladies first, said Naruto. Diana walks up to the wall and knocks on it, then punches it, making a hole. They enter the factory and meet little resistance. The enemies they meet are quickly dispatched. As they turn the corner, Naruto makes some clones and sends them in different directions, while Diana gives him a curious glance. Naruto smirks. It is meant to keep the enemy guessing, he said. They continue down the hall and run into 50 soldiers blocking their way. Naruto grabs Diana and does some hand signs. Ninja art. Harijism, he said, as his hair surrounds both of them, causing the blaster fire to deflect away from the steel like a shield. Naruto then goes through some more hand signs. Ninja art. Needle spray, he shouted, as his hair starts to shoot chakra needles out of it in all directions, hitting the aliens that are surrounding them, killing them instantly. The hair recedes back to normal length as Naruto and Diana continue on to the factory's core. Wonder Woman and Naruto finally reach the core and are confronted by a lot of aliens. Naruto charges the aliens with twin Rasengans that increase in size as he throws them at the massive aliens, causing it to expand, taking out about 30 soldiers. The aliens continue to fire, causing the two heroes to split up. Naruto continues his assault until he reaches the crystal. He grabs it and watches as Diana gets surrounded. Naruto jumps down and cuts down the aliens that get in his way until he gets to Diana, who is blocking the blasters using her bracelets. He motions her to the door as they fight their way back to the door. Before they get there, the door starts to close. Naruto knows that only one can get away at the moment. So he grabs Diana and throws her through the door as it closes behind her. Naruto turns around and charges the aliens, unsealing his sword posed to strike. Diana turns to the now closed door and watches as blaster fire makes a few dents in the metal. She bangs on the door to no avail. "No. Naruto," she screams. Batman and John outside roam. John turns to Batman. Superman and Hawkgirl have been captured. The Flash and Green Lantern have failed to take a crystal but escaped, said the Green Martian. "What about Diana and the Sennin?" asked Batman. "Diana survived and is heading towards Metropolis." "Naruto, I have lost connection with him," said John with a sad expression. "In Metropolis with the remaining heroes." The 5 heroes gathered outside of Metropolis. Green Lantern spoke first. "So where is Superman and Hawkgirl? Shouldn't they have come?" asked the Green Lantern. John shakes his head. "They were captured by the invaders," said the Martian. "Wait, where is Naruto?" asked Flash. Diana looks down in shame. "He probably ran off like a rookie," said Green Lantern, only to be cut off by John. "He died fighting like a hero and a warrior," he said. Everyone's mood became depressed and they gave a moment of silence to their fallen comrade. Batman broke the silence. "We don't have time to mourn our losses, we have to stop the invasion and free Superman and Hawkgirl," he said. Everyone nods and heads to the factory that Superman failed to destroy. They reach the factory and begin their assault. After fighting for an hour, they get to where Superman and Hawkgirl are being held. Superman looks at his allies. "You shouldn't have come, it's a trap," he said weakly as electricity crawls along the floor, shocking the heroes as they collapse. Batman opens his eyes and notices he's in a containment machine. "Welcome to the world of the living," said a man in a suit and tie. Superman's eyes widen at who he is. "Senator Carter, what are you doing here?" asked a stunned Superman. The man laughs and morphs into a white Martian. "I must really thank you, Superman, if you hadn't weakened the Earth's defense system to bring peace, this invasion would have failed. The real Senator Carter never made it back from Mars," said the alien. Just as he finished talking, a giant ship appears and the alien bows. "All hail the Imperium," said the fake senator. The rest of the aliens bow as well as the hatch opens to reveal a white blob. The blob looks at the heroes. "The greatest heroes of Earth are now helpless, and I see the last of the Martians. John is among them," said the Imperium. He motions 2 of his lackeys to bring him John. "It's been eons that you have defied us, you will bow before me, Martian," said the Imperium. John looks up with defiance in his eyes. "I will never submit to you or your kind," spat John. The Imperium sends out tentacles. "Then I shall finish what we have started. The genocide of the Martians race," said the Imperium. John starts to grunt in pain as the tentacles go under his skin. "You will never win," said John. "You're hiding something, what are you planning?" demanded the Imperium. John starts to scream, "Now." He shouts as a window on the roof explodes, sending shards of glass to some unfortunate aliens underneath, then 10 shurikens come flying into the opening, hitting several more aliens. The white Martians look up and see the figure of a teen with a green flex jacket and a cloak with painted on flames on his back and a katana and kunai holder on his leg. He then does a nose dive and a flip landing on his feet. The heroes look shocked while the Martian look a little scared. "Let him, you fools, shoot him down," shouts the Imperium as his men begin to fight Naruto, who begins to cut down several aliens. Just then, another Naruto sneaks up to the holding pod and puts a kunai in the circuitry, freeing the fallen heroes. Batman throws some batarangs that hit the ceiling and explode, causing light to come in as Hawkgirl bashes the heads of the aliens in. The sunlight itself takes some of the aliens and burns them, which Naruto notices as he makes more clones and places them on the ceiling. Naruto then does a one-handed seal and all 10 clones explode, tearing a hole in the factory. Naruto takes out a scroll and unseals the crystal that has a maker on it since Batman's was destroyed when he was captured. He then throws it and teleports with it to the machine and places it in, reversing the machine, causing the sun that was blocked to shine, burning the aliens. The Imperium, sensing that defeat was at hand, started to flee, only to be grabbed by his tentacle by John. "You run away from the sun. Does it burn your flesh?" said the Martian as he pulls the Imperium into the sunlight. The Imperium manages to get free and go to the ship. The alien that was masquerading as the senator grabs onto him. "Take me with you, Imperium," he said as he is lifted by the ship. "Unhand me, worm," shouted the Imperium as he knocks his minion off him. Naruto sees the ship lifting off and starts to form an orb in his hand, and then it becomes a blade. "Wind style. Rasen Shuriken," he shouted. He then launches it as it gets bigger until it engulfs the ship, destroying it. All the heroes see is a small explosion in the sky. Later that day, the heroes continue to battle with Naruto freeing Japan while Diana and Superman free Europe. Green Lantern and Flash defeat the Force in South America while the Batman and Hawkgirl free Africa. Naruto just finished up in Asia and pulled out a communicator. "I am done in Asia, anyone need help?" he asked. A voice comes up, "This is Superman, Europe is free. The rest have reported in and the world has been freed from the factories and aliens," said the Man of Steel. "Alright, has anyone heard from Batman?" asked Naruto as Hawkgirl's voice sounds in his communicator. "He went home saying the worst is over and had some stuff to do," she said. Later in the new Watchtower. Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Diana, Flash, Hawkgirl and Naruto are standing in the observation room in the Watchtower. Above the atmosphere, John is on a platform. "I called you all here because I would like to form a team of the best heroes to protect the world," said Superman. "I thought I could protect it myself, but this invasion has proved that I was wrong," finished Superman. "You mean like Super Friends?" asked Flash. Superman smiles at him. "More like a Justice League," he said. "That sounds corny, but maybe this is what the world needs." "I'm in," said the Flash. "My mother won't approve, but I would like to get to know man's world a little better." "I will join," said Diana. "Someone needs to keep the rookies in line, so I will join as well," said the Green Lantern. "Earth is my home, I will defend it." "You can count on me," said Hawkgirl. Everyone turns to Naruto. "I guess it's time that I fought again. I have been bored with there not being any crisis on Earth. Plus, you might need some teamwork know-how if this group is going to work," said Naruto. "I'm not a people person, but if you need help and you will. Call me," said Batman. Naruto looks around. "I will talk to John," he said as he walks up to the observation tower. "Any for your thoughts, John?" asked the ninja. "I am the last of my kind, I am lost about what to do," said the Martian. Naruto looks into space. "I think your family wouldn't want you to be drawn into self-pity. They would want you to be strong. We may not be able to replace your home, but I would be honored if you would consider Earth your home," said Naruto as he smiles. John smiles back and flies down and joins the rest of the Justice League. Chapter 2. Blackest Night. Demon Voice. Dreams and Flashbacks. Thoughts. In Metropolis. Naruto just got back from the Watchtower and is now in a rural part of Metropolis. "I have to find some way to not be discovered," thinks Naruto. Naruto smiles as an idea comes to mind. "I know, I guess I can fall back on my degrees that I have accumulated over my life," he says to himself. He reappears in an alleyway wearing blue jeans and a black shirt. "Might as well look for a job while I'm on patrol," thinks Naruto as he heads to a paper stand and looks over the wanted ads. "Looks like nothing I am interested in," he says. "I still have my royalties coming in from selling my own book based of Jiraiya's book Tale of a Gutsy Ninja," thinks Naruto. His book is called Tale of the Gutsy Disciple, and he remade Jiraiya's first book as well, earning him a few million bucks. The little known fact is that living for centuries Naruto has been able to get a degree in about everything with different aliases. "I guess I can take a job as a garter teacher at a school," Naruto mumbles to himself. Naruto goes back home to Metropolis and looks up some schools for work. After a week of filling out several applications, Naruto gets an interview. Naruto goes to Metropolis Middle School and walks into the office. Naruto walks up to the secretary and coughs. The secretary looks at him. "School is still in session, young man," she says, making Naruto's sweat drop. "I am actually here for the history teacher position," he says. The secretary fumbles around. "Sorry, I did not know," she says as Naruto looks at her. "It's okay," he says as the secretary finds his application. "Right this way, Mr. Uzumaki, Principal Mir will see you now," she says. Naruto walks into the office and sees the principal, who is a tall, black-haired woman wearing a gray skirt and top. "Principal Mir, I am happy to have this opportunity to be interviewed," says Naruto. The principal extends her hand. "Welcome to Metropolis Middle School, Mr. Uzumaki," she says as Naruto shakes her hand. "Shall we get started, Mr. Uzumaki?" she asks. Naruto nods his head and sits down. After about 1 hour of interviewing, the principal gets up. "You are just what we're looking for. You can start next week on Monday," says Mrs. Mir. He walks out of the school and sees Hawkgirl crashing into a building. Naruto rushes into an alley and changes his clothing with a transformation and teleports to the battle zone. He sees Hawkgirl, Flash and John fighting 3 red robots carrying staffs. "What do you want?" asks Naruto as he narrows his eyes. "John Stewart, the Green Lantern, where is he?" asks the robot. Naruto secretly puts shurikens in his hand from a holster in his sleeve. "Why do you want to know?" asks Naruto. The robot raises his staff and points it at Naruto. "That is not your concern," says the robot. Naruto lets his shurikens fly at the androids, bouncing of them. The robots begin to fire lasers at Naruto, but miss as Naruto keeps substituting with other objects. He finally gets close to one and punches it with a chakra-infused punch, sending it back a few feet, but otherwise unharmed. Naruto does some hand signs not giving them a chance to retaliate. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, says Naruto as he blows fire out of his mouth hitting the three robots. The robots come out burned but intact. Damn, what are they made of? Says Naruto as he gets shot in the chest by a laser, causing him to kneel on the building he's on. The robot is ready to fire again when it gets punched by Superman. That is enough, what are you doing here? Asks Superman. The robot stands up. We are here for John Stewart, it says. Just as Superman and the others are getting ready to charge forward, a green shield comes out and blocks them. Everyone turns and sees the Green Lantern. Are you the Green Lantern, John Stewart? Asks the metallic voice. John nods his head. I am, he says. The robot extends his hand. Your power ring, it says as John takes off his ring and hands it to him. Naruto stands back up. John, what are you doing? Asks Naruto. Stewart looks at him. This does not concern you. Don't get involved, he snaps at Naruto. Naruto looks down as Stewart and the robots head out. Naruto looks up and smirks. No one saw the seal I placed on that robot when I punched him, he thinks to himself. The rest of the Justice League minus Batman and Wonder Woman gather on the rooftop. So what are we going to do now? Asks Flash. Naruto walks up to them. When I landed the punch, I was able to place a tracker seal on it so we can locate them, says Naruto. Everyone nods their heads and head back to the javelin and go after the robots and John. On the planet Agiris 5. In a courtroom, three heads are seen on a monitor. Bring in the accused, says one of the heads. The three robots bring in John Stewart. The female head looked at the former Green Lantern. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Asks the female judge. No, I don't, says John. On the javelin. John is using telepathy to try and find the exact location of John. Meanwhile, Naruto is meditating in order to keep the seal active so they can find the robot sooner. The javelin is currently heading towards Agiris 5. Just as they are able to get there, a beep is heard on the console. Looks like we have company, I will try to open a communication channel, says Superman. Unknown craft, identify yourself. This is the javelin. Come in, unknown craft, says Superman. All Superman gets for a response is a blaster shot from the unknown ship to the hull. Hawkgirl grabs her mace as Superman and John head outside to battle the space fighters. Naruto puts on a space suit and shunshines to the closest fighter and drags a kunai to the wing, tearing it off. He sees the javelin going into a space station. Naruto shunshines to the space station and sees the Flash walking out but gets surrounded by reptilian soldiers. Just as they are getting ready to fire, Superman flies in and knocks them down, while Naruto attacks into jutsu, taking out several with a Konoha Senpu. They finish the fight and go deeper into the compound. Naruto motions a halt and turns to them. I can teleport us now that we are closer to the marker I placed. I can use the Hiraishin to get us there faster, he says. The heroes grab onto each other and they disappear in a flash. They reappear outside the courtroom and they barge in. Well, Superman and Hawkgirl barge in, Naruto walks in and raises an eyebrow. Is this a trial? He asks as Flash runs in and the three start to engage the robots. One of the judges motions the guard to stop the disturbance. Enough, escort these intruders out of the courtroom, says the judge as two reptilian guards move in. Naruto steps in between the two opposing forces. That is enough, we are not here to fight, Naruto says as Superman steps up. We're sorry to interrupt, but John is our friend and we would like to see the charges, says the Man of Steel. The judges' heads look at each other. This is a public trial. You can stay but no more outbursts, says one of the judges. The 5 members of the Justice League sit down in the front row. Is it one judge with 3 heads or 3 different judges? Your next witness, prosecutor? Asks the male judge head. I would like to ask Kenjiro to come to the stands to testify, says the prosecutor. An alien comes in. He is wearing a bodysuit and has sharp teeth. State your name and occupation, said one of the 3 judges. Kenjiro. I'm a pirate, he says hesitantly. The judges look on emotionless. You are a criminal and you come to witness another's trial, says the female judge. I may steal, but it's nothing compared to what he did, says Kenjiro, glaring at John. Just then, the light comes above Kenjiro. Can you tell us your encounter with Mr. Stewart? Asks the prosecutor. Kenjiro talks about how he was smuggling weapons to a resistance group and was intercepted by John Stewart. In the small skirmish, Kenjiro was brought down on a moon by John's beam. Then he had several of his friends engage John, and a stray beam from John bounced off the shield of one of the crafts and hit the planet Agiris 4, destroying it. 3 billion, that's how many were killed, says the pirate. Everyone was shocked at the number of casualties. This is disturbing, said one of the judges. "We'll hold a small recess," said another as the hologram disappears. The Justice League members go to where John is being held. Flash gets there first. "I see you surrendered yourself in order to clear your name," says the Scarlet Speedster. "Go home. I told you to stay out of it," says John. Hawkgirl adds in her comment, "It's obvious that pirate is lying. Give me 5 minutes and I will get the information out of him," she says. John shakes his head frustrated. "Listen all of you. No one is lying, you see that," he says pointing to the space debris. "I did that, I am guilty," says the former Green Lantern with his head down. Naruto shakes his head and walks to Superman. He says something to Superman and walks to where the guards are. "I would like to speak to the honorable judges if you let me see them," says Naruto. The guard nods his head and takes him to the back. Back with the remaining Justice League, the four are talking. 3 billion, I can't believe it, says Hawkgirl. Superman thinks for a moment. "Neither can I. I would like to take a closer look at the planet that was destroyed," he says. "Why? No one is disputing it, not even John, who admitted it to doing it," says Hawkgirl. "Maybe I am. Call it," and Superman doesn't finish. "Intuition," finished John. Superman smiles. "Exactly," he says. Superman and John leave. The judges come back in with Naruto standing beside John. The court will now reconvene. "John, your friend Naruto has agreed to defend you at the penalty of death," says the judge. "Would you like to cross-examine the former witness?" asks the judge. "I would," says Naruto as the pirate is sent back to the stand. "Kenjiro, tell me, who shot first in the ensuing skirmish?" asks Naruto. "I did in order to prevent getting captured," says Kenjiro. "One last question. How strong is the shield on the fighter that was hit?" asks Naruto. The judge's eyes went wide after this question, as did the prosecutors. "Objection," shouts the opposing lawyer. "On what grounds?" asks Naruto. "Relevance to the case," says the prosecutor. "Overruled," said one of the judges. "You can answer the question, Kenjiro," says the female judge. "It's stronger than most shields and can withstand a blaster from a power ring," says Kenjiro. "Is it stronger than a planetary cluster shield?" asks Naruto. With Hawkgirl in the stands. "Naruto is buying time for Superman. I wonder if I can get some support from some of the lanterns," says Hawkgirl to Flash. "Better hurry," replies the speedster. Hawkgirl leaves to find the Lantern Corps. She finds them at the cantina drinking. She walks up to them. "Aren't you going to watch the trial?" she asks. The one with a round body stands up. "Who can tolerate what was going on? John is a disgrace to the Lantern Corporation," says the round lantern. Hawkgirl glares at him. "So much for the loyalty of the Lantern Corporation," she says. "Don't get high and mighty with us, lady, or else," says the lantern. "Try it," Hawkgirl goads as she swings her mace, hitting the round man. "Please, no weapons," says the bartender. Hawkgirl throws her mace to a nearby wall. "I don't need this to take out some weaklings," she says as she charges the lanterns. Back at the courtroom. The prosecutor finishes re-examining the witness, Kenjiro. The judge screens where the heads appear, turns to Naruto. "Do you have a witness, counsel?" asks the judge. Naruto nods his head. "I would like the Flash to come to the stand," says Naruto. Flash runs up to the witness stand. "Name and occupation?" asks the judge. "The name is Flash and I am a hero and member of the Justice League," says the fastest man alive. Naruto stood beside Flash. "Can you tell us your relation to John?" asks Naruto. "John and I usually work in a team due to our ability to get in and out. He also puts a stop to my brashness, which has saved my hide more than once," says the Flash. Hawkgirl and Cantina. 3 of the 4 lanterns that fought Hawkgirl are knocked out. The only one who is left is the round one who started it. He finally charges but gets punched into the other lantern who was sitting down not fighting. The big lantern who has pink skin and sharp teeth catches him. "That's enough, Hawkgirl is right. John is one of us and I am going to help him," says the lantern as he walks out. Hawkgirl turns to leave but sees Kenjiro getting paid by the robot. Back in the courtroom. "Tell me your first encounter with John Stewart, Mr. Flash," asks Naruto. "But Superman." "Superman and John look at the destruction of Agerus 4, see anything?" asks the Man of Steel. "Where do you want me to begin? The loss of life, the debris, or the emptiness of the planet?" asks John. Superman points his finger to the asteroid circling the remains of the planet. John's eyes open. "It can't be," he says as he is cut off by a blaster shot from a ship that is being piloted by Kenjiro. Superman and John go after the ship, but before they can get to it, another ship fires at Kenjiro. This ship is being piloted by Hawkgirl. After a short engagement, Kenjiro's ship is grounded by a laser blast. Hawkgirl's ship lands after a few more minutes. Superman and John walk up. "What brings you up here?" asks Superman as Hawkgirl walks up to him. "I was in the cantina when I saw this scum plotting something," she says. Back in court. Up in the witness stand, the lantern that walked away from the fight is talking about how John saved his life. "So that is how John saved my life," says the pink-skinned lantern. Naruto comes up to Kilog. "Tell me, has John done anything for monetary or self-gain?" asks Naruto. "Never," says Kilog. "Last question, how would you describe John's integrity?" asks Naruto. "John is probably the most honest person I know, he would never strike first and has shown great restraint when dealing with criminals," says the lantern. The prosecutor steps up. "Mr. Kilog, can you tell us what a lantern does?" he asks. "That's easy, we catch bad guys," says the lantern. The prosecutor smirks. "That's good and all, but how do you know?" asks the prosecutor. "We just know," says Kilog. "Who gave you the right to decide?" shouts the prosecutor. Naruto was sweating. "Shit, the prosecutor is screwing my defense up by questioning Kilog's credibility. I don't know any way out of this," thinks Naruto. Before Naruto can salvage his defense, a voice is heard. "We did," says a voice as three short pink people appear. Naruto raises an eyebrow. "And you are?" he asks. "We are the guardians of Oa and we give the lanterns their power rings," says the short alien. The prosecutor glares at the three newcomers. "So if the lantern does something wrong, it's not your fault?" asks the prosecutor. "You misunderstand, we give the ring to the lantern because we trust their judgment," says the guardian, hoping to save his credibility in the court. "Enough. I am tired of the stalling, I demand a decision," says the prosecutor. The judges take a moment. "We will now make a verdict in 1 moment," says one of them as their video screens turn off. "Sorry John, I tried every trick in the book to help you," says Naruto with a crestfallen look. "I wish you hadn't," states the former lantern. After waiting for 5 minutes, the judges' screens come back on. "We have reached a verdict. John Stewart is found guilty of involuntary genocide. His punishment is death along with his lawyer," states the judge. Naruto's head goes down as he and John are escorted to a dome-shaped building. Naruto starts to meditate as he controls his breathing. Gas starts to pour in. John looks at Naruto. "Why are you trying to delay your death?" he asks. Naruto sighs. "Because unlike you, I have faith in myself and our friends and I don't give up," says Naruto calmly. John starts to swagger back and forth as Naruto is trying to control the amount of poison that goes into his system. John falls down while Naruto smirks. "It's about time they came," he says lowly as Superman busts into the chamber and releases the gas by spinning fast, letting it go into the air to dissipate. Superman grabs John as Naruto jumps out. "Sorry I'm late," says the Man of Steel. Naruto nods his head. "Better late than never," says the ninja as guards surround Naruto, Superman and a knocked-out John. Superman stands up. "John Stewart is innocent," he boldly declares. He reaches for his earpiece. "That's your cue, Hawk Girl," he whispers in the mouthpiece that is attached to his earpiece. Back at the giant projector, Hawk Girl destroys it, reveling an intact Agerus 4. The courtroom is shocked as John brings in Kenjiro. John, who just woke up, sees him and throttles him. Why did you do it?" he demands with venom in his voice. Kenjiro shakes. "For money," he says scared. "Whose?" asks John. "The Manhunters," he says. The Guardians and John look shocked. The three Guardians start to rush out, but Naruto runs up beside them. "Mind telling me what is going on?" asks the Senin. The short Guardians continue to walk. "We don't have time," one of them says, just to be intercepted by Superman. "What's this all about?" asks the Man of Steel. "The Manhunters were before we founded the Lantern Corporation. They were peacekeepers, but we found out they had faulty programming, so we regulated them to lesser duties. Hunting, guarding and retrieval, they didn't seem to mind," says the head Guardian. "Not out loud," states Flash. "What could they be after?" asks Naruto. "They are after the power core on Oa. We have to stop them," says the head Guardian. The Justice League, minus Hawk Girl and the Guardian, rush to Oa. Surface of Oa. An army of Manhunters attack the fortress of the Guardians, while the cannons on the fortress shoot some down, but become overwhelmed a little later. Naruto and Flash are inside the green bubble of John Stewart. While Superman and John fly out to engage the Manhunter army. Naruto and Flash land on the surface and start to fight off the invading hunters. Naruto goes through some hand sign and blows out wind out of his mouth, shredding the Manhunters to pieces. "They thought I was going all out on Earth, they don't realize that a ninja's great weapon is deception," shouts Naruto as he sends another gale of wind to the robot advancing on Flash. Naruto gets shot in the arm but is saved by the lantern reinforcements that were gathered by Hawk Girl. Naruto sees the head Manhunter enter the building. Naruto signals to John as he heads to the core while John stays outside to fight. Naruto stops in the core and sees the Manhunter enter it. "I am the power," he says as he grows big. Naruto forms a clone and it starts to meditate. It gets markings under his eyes. It then disappears, giving Naruto the effect of Sage Mode. Naruto goes through some hand signs. Biju summoning Ichibi no Shukaku, shouts Naruto as the raccoon with one tail is summoned. I need you to assist the lanterns on the ground, says Naruto to his summon. The one-tail bows. Of course Yubi-sama, says the demon as he goes to fight. Outside the lanterns see the demon and prepare to attack, but the head guardian stops them. He's on our side, it looks like the Rakuto Sennin decided to summon an ally to help us, says the head guardian. Just then, energy starts to leave the lanterns and the guardians. The guardian starts to fall down. All is lost, he says. John gets up. Not while I'm around, he says as he uses the last bit of energy in his ring to fly up and gather more power. In blackest day. In darkest night, no evil shall escape my sight, for those who worship evil's might beware my power Green Lantern's light, shouts John as he sends a beam of green light at the Manhunter, while Naruto forms a Rasen Shuriken and throws it at him vaporizing the Manhunter. The battle was over, the Manhunters were destroyed and the lanterns and their allies gathered. Thanks Naruto for defending me, says John. Naruto smiles. No problem, that's what friends are for, says the ninja. The Lantern Corporation is talking to Hawk Girl. You sure can fight, but we already knew that, says one of them. The lanterns turn to their last member. Sorry John, we should have known better, says the short one. John turns around. You should, he said with disappointment in his voice. John gathers the Justice League and flies them to the Javelin, and they head home. Metropolis Middle School. 1 week later, Naruto is in the classroom talking about the Civil War. The students are listening to every word due to the detail he describes the events. He has been getting praise for his teaching methods by having the students learn hands-on by doing activities, either by reenacting a battle using rulers and rubber bands, or having mock trials on historical figures or some other activities. He gives out few essays and writing assignments. Naruto still helps the Justice League on occasions. He has become just as famous as Superman or Batman for his bravery and honor. He is known by the moniker Sennin of the League. Chapter 3 The Enemy Below Part 1. Demon Voice. Dreams and Flashbacks. Thoughts. Arthur's input. Watchtower. Naruto was at the watchtower standing in front of Superman and Wonder Woman. Batman and Green Lantern were standing to the side. Naruto is wearing an orange guy with black armbands. His collar is exposed by the guy. Both Wonder Woman and Superman are wearing their tights they normally wear. The match shall be Wonder Woman and Superman vs Sennin. Anything goes, the ones to get knocked out or give up lose. Stated Batman. Naruto bows to his opponents and gets into a stance. Naruto right leg is extended into the front while right arm is in back and his left leg is the back a little while his left arm is in the front with a hand in a 30-degree angle to his chest. Wonder Woman eyes widen at the stance. How does he know that stance? Thought the Amazon. Superman was oblivious to different fighting styles. He relied too much on brute strength. Well, Diana was limited to 2 fighting style from her birth land and has heard of another style, the one Naruto is in. As well as 11 other fighting style from mythology. Naruto smirks at Wonder Woman expression. I see you recognize this style. It's a known as Speed Fist of the Messenger. You might have heard of it as a form used by your deity on Themyscira. Superman gets into a brawler's stance while Diana gets into a unique stance. Her stance is both hands are in front as if she is blocking. Her bracelets that she is wearing are parallel to her chest. Naruto raised an eyebrow. I see that is their strategy. Superman is in an offense stance. Let's see 1, 2, 3 and 4 opening on his chest. 3 opening on his left and right side apiece and no defense on his legs. Pitiful. He relies too much on his power. If he were to fight someone stronger with more knowledge of martial arts he would lose. Too many openings to exploit. Thought Naruto. Naruto stares at Wonder Woman. Her stance is better. I see no opening on her chest. 2 on both her sides and no defense on her legs. Her style is of the Amazonian retaliation stance. It's similar to my style that I am using and the Uchiha interception style. All 3 use counter skills to exploit openings in the opponent's mistakes. Naruto smirks. Naruto charges towards Wonder Woman but changes course to Superman at the last moment, trying to take out the weakest link. Naruto punches straight but disappears and reappears on Superman's left side and lands a powerful kick making Superman wince in pain. Naruto then he turns his body further to the left and kicks him in the back as you hear him hitting bone enough to bruise it and injure Superman as he falls in pain by the second hit. Wonder Woman charges at Naruto after seeing his strategy. She goes in for a punch but is blocked and then grabbed and then thrown into the air and is kneed in the side while falling. Naruto changing styles to capoeira, the Brazilian form of martial art. Naruto starts move like a break dancer. Wonder Woman thinking Naruto's mocking her charges in and goes for a punch but Naruto goes lows and avoids it. What kind of stance is that? Asked Green Lantern. That man turns to him. It's a style used by slaves in Brazil as a form of dance to hide the fact that it was a martial arts form. It comes originally from African moves. I know a few moves, but Naruto it looks like is at least a little below master, which considered a master level in Brazil. It's called capoeira, said the Dark Knight, awed at Naruto's knowledge of fighting styles. Wonder Woman goes for an overhead strike, but Naruto turns at the last minute to the right and kicks Wonder Woman with his left leg to her side midsection, causing her to stumble. Naruto get back up from his low stance and changes styles once again to Shotokan. The right arm and hand perpendicular the side of his body and his left arm and hand horizontal to his chest ready to block. Naruto kicks Diana to the chin, then kicks to the side sending her to the ground. Batman raises an eyebrow and his impassive face shows admiration, one person using so many styles. He thought. John Stewart is looking a little scared at how Naruto has manhandled Superman in a 2-kick combo and is toying with Wonder Woman. What type of style is this? He asked Batman. Batman looks on, it's called Shotokan. It an offensive style as well as defense, it's well balanced, all parts of the leg and arms are used in this style both for attack and blocking, said Batman. Naruto smirks, you can't win Diana, I have one final style that I am going to use. This is one I invented, it's known as Nagareru Kawa. Translated as flowing river. It is a counter using your opponent's movements against them, said Naruto, lowering his guard a little. Diana, seeing a slight opening, charges in and tries to punch Naruto in the face, but Naruto catches it, then he pushes her to the side forcing her back facing him, he then chops her to the neck all in a float movement like the river, knocking her out. Naruto calms himself and put his fist in his open palm and bows to his fallen opponents. Nice one Naruto, said John as Naruto walks up to Superman and helps him up and does the same for Wonder Woman. John, the Martian Manhunter flies down. We have a problem. Everyone turns to the Martian. A nuclear submarine is about to hitting the ocean floor. The crew members are going to die if we don't act, said the Martian. The Justice League rush to the Javelin. The ship exits the watchtower and heads to Earth. And the Javelin. Wonder Woman turns to Naruto. Senin, how many fighting styles do you know? She asked. Naruto smirks, I mastered over 20 martial art forms which consist of 500 variations and over 2000 stances. I have invented 3 forms which have no variations and 30 stances apiece. I have learned 30 more form but not mastered and those have fewer variation, probably 200 give or take a few and over 1000 stances. The only one I have never studied was Jeet Kune Do because it was fairly new and I was studying other styles, said Naruto. The League made it to where the sub was and saw several men on what appeared to jet skies. The Javelin's hatch opens and Green Lantern surrounds Naruto with a bubble while Wonder Woman flies the ship. Naruto and Lantern go to the ocean, Naruto lands on the water and Green Lantern goes in using his ring to protect him from drowning. As soon as they land they are shot by the ship's lasers. Naruto goes through some hand signs as water rises and crashes against several ships. A ship is coming at Naruto, but Superman grabs the rider and lifts him into the air. Naruto destroys the ship but then gets shot in the back by a beam forcing into the air. Naruto backflips in the air and lands on the water. Naruto turns and see a man with blonde hair with a beard holding a trident on a jet ski. Naruto goes on guard and keeps the man in sight. What are you doing here? Demanded the man. Naruto puts his guard down as Superman and Wonder Woman float next to him. We need to evacuate the sailors, said Superman. The man narrows his eyes. That is not my concern, he said. Naruto steps up. Who are you to decide the sailors' fate? Questioned Naruto. Are you going to let them perish because of your hatred of the surface? Asked Naruto. The man singles his men to stand down. I am the born ruler of Atlantis. Aquaman. But you do bring up a good point, I don't needless deaths on my hand, you can grab them, but the sub stays, said the king. You can't be serious. That has a nuclear core, we can't leave it here, John said. Naruto glares at him and bow to Aquaman. I accept the terms, said Naruto. Naruto walks to where the sub lays on its side and rescues the trapped sailors. Meanwhile Superman is talking. The Aquaman, you know, this could have been avoided, said the Man of Steel. Aquaman snorts. What do you mean? He asks. Superman sighs. Make a case at the General Assembly at the United Nations in 2 days, said Superman. John encases the sailors in his bubble and flies them to safety. Naruto disappears in a shunshin while Superman flies off and Wonder Woman flies back to the Javelin and takes off. Few days later at the watchtower John runs up. I knew we couldn't trust that man, he said. Naruto walks up to him with a soda in his hand. What do you mean? Asked Naruto. The sub has been stripped, said John. Diana walks up. And you think Aquaman had something to do with it? She asked worried. John turned his head in her directions. Who else could have done it, princess? Snapped John. Naruto, seeing a volatile situation, decides to state his opinion. I think you accusing someone of a crime with no physical proof and Aquaman doesn't seem like the type to steal, said Naruto. Superman turns from the screen. If you're looking for Aquaman, he's not in Atlantis, he said. They turn to the screen and see Aquaman walking past a police barricade in New York. He then enters the UN building and walk into a closed session of the General Assembly. New York UN building. In the General Assembly, Aquaman just finished listing his demands. A man from France stands up. Your demands are outrageous. It will cripple the global economy, he said. Aquaman just stands there impassive. Your problem, not mine, he said. Another diplomat stands up. Who are you making such demands? He asked. I am the born ruler of Atlantis, said the king. A nation we don't even recognize, said a man sitting in front of a Russian flag. Aquaman starts to walk out but is stopped by Superman. I gave them a chance for peace, and this is the reaction, said Aquaman as he points to the angry diplomats in the room. Superman sighs. This stuff takes time. Be patient, he told the warrior king. Aquaman snorts. I am wasting my time, he says as he walks out. As soon as he walks out, a rocket is propelled at him, blowing up near him, sending Aquaman to the ground. Naruto turns his head and sees the assassin on a tall building. I will deal with him later. I have got to see if everyone is okay first, he thought. Naruto summons shadow clones to help the civilians as he rushes up to Aquaman. Naruto checks his pulse. The pulse really faint, but still there. We have to get him to a hospital, said Naruto. Naruto carries Aquaman and takes him to City General Hospital near the UN building with a shunshin. City General Hospital. In the hospital, the doctors were working endlessly to save Aquaman. For 2 hours they tried everything but couldn't help him. What's the status, doc? Asked Naruto. The head doctor turns to Naruto. I don't know what's wrong. His physiology is different than most humans, he stated. Naruto is starting to worry. This is not good. If Aquaman dies, Atlantis will declare war on the surface, thought Naruto. Just as Naruto finished, Batman comes in. He needs salt water. Part of his DNA is that of a fish. The Atlantean bodies must have adapted to withstand the pressure of the ocean, stated Batman. Naruto thinks for a moment. That makes sense, Naruto said as he and the doctors rush Aquaman to a tank with salt water and machines to simulate the ocean. 2 hours. Aquaman's eyes start to open as he looks around. What happened? He asked. Someone tried to kill you, stated Superman. Aquaman's eyes narrow. Just then John grabs Aquaman by the collar. What did you do with the sub's reactor? He demanded. Naruto face palms and shakes his head. My orders were to leave that sub where it lay, he snapped. Naruto eyes widen. Aquaman, do you have any enemies high in military in Atlantis? Aquaman sits up. No, everyone is loyal to me, he stated. Naruto snorts. You're naive to think that. Most kings have some enemies, stated Naruto. How are we going to find out? Asked John. I have a plan, said Batman. Later that day. Aquaman is on a stretcher being rolled out of the hospital. On a rooftop, a masked man with a bazooka takes a look through a scoop and pulls the trigger, but a shuriken hits the nozzle of the bazooka, forcing the projectile hitting the ground in front of Aquaman. The assassin looks at a nearby roof and sees the Senate up there. The man makes a run for it. Naruto picks up his headset. Batman, he's near you, said Naruto. Naruto shunshins down to the floor as Aquaman transforms into John and helps the medics. Naruto darts after the assassin. After Batman loses him, the Dark Knight, he throws a tri-pronged kunai, letting Naruto get closer to the assassin. Naruto takes off and joins up with Diana. They enter the sewer and corner the assassin. Nowhere to go, surrender, said Naruto. Nowhere but up, said the assassin as he throws a grenade, causing Naruto and Wonder Woman to fall a level. Naruto before manages to throw a kunai behind him. He grabs Diana and teleports to the marked kunai. They get there and see the assassin is no longer there. Damn, said Naruto as his eyes narrow. The assassin gets out of the sewer and gets into a truck and tries drive off but is stopped by Superman. Superman lifts the truck and tilts it back and forces the assassin to fall out through the back door, along with a lot of gold pieces. Superman grabs him as Naruto, Batman and Wonder Woman come up. Wonder Woman looks at him. Why did you try to kill Aquaman? She asked. The man chuckles. Sorry, can't tell you, trade secret, he said. He then looks up and down Wonder Woman's body, his eyes resting on her chest. But for a price, I could give you that information, he said. Naruto swore he had a lecherous grin underneath that mask. Naruto sighs. He did not just do that, Naruto said as he feels killer intent from Diana. Naruto raises an eyebrow. Impressive. Her killer intent is as high as a chunin, he thought. Naruto grabs him and drags him. Let me rescue him from certain death, he declares as Wonder Woman unleashes more killer intent on the assassin, causing him to shake a little. Naruto takes him to the opposite side and slams his back against a wall while unleashing a little killer intent. We can do this 3 ways. We can do it the easy way, Wonder Woman's way. Naruto smirks as he and the assassin see Diana cracking her knuckles in a threatening manner. Or my way. Let's just say you will want to go with first option. I want you to make my day by resisting, said Naruto with a sadistic grin. The man is sweating a little from both killer intents. Okay. I will talk, just don't let her near me or hurt me, he said, scared stiff. Naruto smiles and drops him. He then drags him back. Now before we ask you questions, I think you owe Wonder Woman an apology," said Naruto. "Everyone sweat drops, you can't be serious," said the assassin. "I am waiting," said Wonder Woman with a smirk. "Fine, sorry for my perverted comment. They're happy." He said the last part low enough. Wonder Woman puts a finger to her mouth, thinking it didn't sound like he meant it, said Wonder Woman pretending to think. The rest of the heroes were snickering and Batman smirked. "I have never been so humiliated before," thought the assassin. "Come on, can we please get on with the questioning?" he asked. The heroes get serious. "Why did you try to kill Aquaman?" asked Batman. Naruto just groaned. The assassin just smirks at Naruto's reaction underneath his mask. "Tough one, why would a hired gun try to kill someone?" "Maybe because he was paid to," he said. "Who hired you?" asked Naruto. The man shrugs. "Don't know, I don't ask questions, I just do the job." "Not good enough," said Batman. "How were you paid?" asked Superman. "Gold," said the assassin as he points to the fallen truck. Batman picks up a piece of Spanish doubloon and several pieces of 8. He said. Naruto eyes widen. "Looks like I was right," he said. Batman nods his head. "These come from Atlantis," said Batman. "In Atlantis? Our king has been killed by the surface dwellers," stated a man with blonde hair and a clean-shaven face. He is holding the trident in his hand. "We must act now to avenge him," he stated just as the door opened and Aquaman walks in like a gangster. "Can't believe I said that," Orm shouted Aquaman. The man smiles maliciously. "Brother, I am glad you're still alive," he said. Aquaman snarls. "This is treason. Arrest him," shouted Aquaman. The soldiers and generals in the hall advanced towards Aquaman. "What is the meaning of this?" asked Aquaman as he was grabbed by several soldiers. "I am glad you're here, we have a body to prove the surface world murder of our king," said Orm smiling as Aquaman was taken to a cell. After the meeting, and cool women with red hair run up to Orm. "Is it true? Has my husband been killed?" she asked. Orm put an arm around her. "I am afraid, my dear Mara, that it is true. Don't worry, I have already placed your son under my protection. It would be a shame if he was killed by the surface dwellers," stated Orm. Mara looks at him in shock and runs away. Orm turns and walks out the door. Mara is running back to her quarters when she runs into someone. "Tsunami," she says, frantic. The man who has brown hair looks at the worry in her face. "What's wrong, your highness?" he asked as he grabs her and hold her steady so she doesn't fall. "But my husband, Orm captured him and is going after my son," she said as Tsunami's eyes narrow. "Shitty whisper, we have to get you to safety," he said in a commanding tone. "As the captain of the king personal guard, I protect you with my life," said Tsunami. The man pulls a receiver off his belt. "Did you find the prince?" he asked. "The receiver? Come on, the men we had posted to protect him were killed by Orm's men," said the man on the other line. "Do you know if they took him?" asked the captain. "We just got in, his crib is empty, sir," said the man on the other line. Tsunami looks at Mara as she is crying uncontrollably. "Your highness, we have to get you out of here. If he captures you, he can take the throne legally," said the captain. Mara looks at him with tears coming out. "I have to save my son. I would rather die than lose my son," said Mara. The captain sighs and then turns around and punches one of Orm's men. "Shit, they're already here," he said as he pulls out a dagger. The captain manages to kill about 10 of Orm's men before he starts to get tired. One of the soliders stabs him in the side and kneels, but slowly gets back up but is kicked back down. The captain struggled to get up but is too injured. A man pulls out a sword and points it at the downed captain. "Die, traitor," shouts the soldier as he thrusts the blade down. To be continued. On an enemy below. Cliffhanger. Chapter 4, The Enemy Below Part 2. Demon voice. Dreams and flashbacks. Thoughts. Arthur's input. In Atlantis. The captain of the king's personal guard was about to be stabbed. But the solider that was over him fell down with a sword in his back. A man picks up the captain. "Are you okay, sir?" he asked. The captain turns his head. "How many are left of the guards?" asked the injured captain. "We're the only 5 left. We have to get you and her highness to the underwater docks," said the solider. As 2 of the soldiers help their captain to the docks, 10 more of Orm's men intercept them. The fight was short, but the 5 guards were able to take out the 10 soldiers. The captain and the queen managed to leave on the ship while the remaining guards covered their escape. In the ocean next to a cliff, Aquaman was chained to the cliff's wall and Orm was doing his generic evil brother stuff of getting rid of the king and his son. "Well, brother, it looks like you have been murdered by the surface dwellers and I will avenge you in a grand war against them," he said. Aquaman snarls. "You won't be king, the next person to the throne is my son," said Aquaman. Orm smiles. "Yes, that would be a problem, but I solved it already," said Orm as he takes out a bundle of cloth and opens it to reveal the prince. Aquaman eyes widen as he starts to struggle against the chains holding him. Orm takes a knife and stabs it into the cliff and props the prince up by the holder on the cloth. Orm then shoots the ground and it opened, revealing to be lava that is rising. "So long brother, I have to avenge your death by the evil surface dwellers," said Orm as he leaves on an underwater jet ski. Near the UN building. "Just handed the assassin over to the authorities, we have to get Aqua, he's in more danger than I thought," said Naruto. Superman nods. "Very well, I think that we should head to the hospital we place Aquaman in," said the Man Steel. Green Lantern walks up. "Don't bother, his royal pain in the ass just left," said John. Naruto shook his head. "How did that happen?" asked the ninja. Flashback. In the hospital room, John was sitting on the bed while Aquaman was pacing. "How long will it take to capture this assassin?" asked Aquaman. John sighs. "Be patient, your highness, everything is under control," said John. Aquaman turns with his back facing John. He swings around fast, slugging John in the face, knocking him out. "You assume too much," said Aquaman as he leaves to hospital room. Then flashback. "Troublesome blonde," said Naruto, who, if it wasn't a serious situation, he would smirk at the irony of the statement. In the past in Konoha. Shikamaru sneezed. "Troublesome, I am pretty sure a certain blonde is talking about me," said the lazy genius as he is checkmated by his father and shogi. "Sorry, had to do it, I had never done a troublesome reference before." In the present. Naruto eyes widen as he pulls out an earpiece and puts it on. "What up?" he asked. "The next things you hear are yes, okay, thank you and stay safe." From Naruto. Naruto turns around. "Damn, I just received word from my spy network in Atlantis," said Naruto. "It seemed as Orm, Aquaman's brother, just captured him and has usurped the throne," said Naruto. "The heroes are worried by this news. We have to stop Orm," said Superman as he looks at the assembled heroes. "Everyone but Wonder Woman and I must head to Atlantis. Be on guard if Orm is in command, then don't expect a warm welcome," stated Naruto as he handed a tri-pronged kunai to Superman. Everyone leaves but Diana and Naruto. Diana turns to Naruto. "Why are we staying, Naruto?" she asked. Naruto looks at her. "I am waiting for someone. According to my sources, the queen was able to escape and she got an injured soldier with her," said Naruto. Naruto creates a clone. "I need you to find Aquaman and rescue him," said Naruto to his clone. The clone salutes his creator and jumps in the water. Naruto walks to nearest water sources. He then releases some chakra to send vibrations thought the water in Morse code. After waiting for an hour, an Atlantean vessel appears. Naruto walks up, as does Diana. The cockpit opens and Mera steps out with the injured and unconscious captain in the passenger seat. Naruto bows. "The Mera, welcome Queen of Atlantis," said Naruto diplomatically. The queen looks relieved. "Thank you for singling us, but my bodyguard is hurt, we need to take him to a medical facility," she said. Naruto nods his head and carries the captain out of the ship. Naruto lays him down and looks at his injuries. "He's hurt badly, but no vitals were hit. He'll live but won't be able to fight. We can get him walking at least," stated Naruto. Naruto's hand glows green and places it on his side where he was injured. Soon the wound starts to close and he transfers some energy to the captain. He then starts to wake up. "There, you can walk, but you're still weak so you won't be able to fight right now," said Naruto. In the water. Superman and John are swimming towards Atlantis while John is inside his protective green barrio. They enter the city and are immediately attacked by the army. Superman takes out a few with some punches while John becomes intangible, making the soldiers hit each other. Green Lantern creates a green fist and punches the soldiers. But they are soon overwhelmed by sheer numbers. Green Lantern is the first to fall by a stray shot from a shotgun that the soldiers use. Superman is the next to fall by being shot with a trident by Orm. John is overpowered by too many soldiers and is shot by the trident. The three are now knocked out and are being dragged to the holding cell. With Aquaman. The lava starts to rise as Aquaman tries to break the chain holding him. The prince starts to cry as if knowing he was going to die. Aquaman manages to release one arm and he grabs a dagger from somewhere and tries to release the other. He sees it's pointless as the lava rises. Aquaman looks at his son, then his chained hand, and he thrusts the dagger down. On the surface. Naruto looks at Mera. "We have to take the fight to Orm. Can you take us to Atlantis?" asked Naruto. Mera nods. "Yes, I can take you there, but you must promise not to reveal where it is," she said. "Agreed, my lips are sealed," stated Naruto. The three people minus the captain, who was ordered to not go due to his weakened state, went to the ship and took off. The captain was being guarded by a clone so he doesn't try something to hurt himself further. Naruto was meditating when his eye opened suddenly. 5 minutes previously with Naruto clone in the ocean. The clone is swimming to where he sensed Aquaman. "Good thing I can sense life force of living organisms," thought the clone. As he swims he senses a drop in life energy of Aquaman. He speeds up to get there in time. The clone gets there and sees blood around the area. He tries to sense where Aquaman is exactly. He picks up 2 sources but they're moving. The clone finally catches up to Aquaman. But gasps when he sees Aquaman injury. Naruto gets in front of Aquaman. "Naruto, what are you doing here?" he asks, surprised to see the ninja. Naruto looks at him. I was able to figure out what was going on. I am glad to see you're somewhat okay. Stated Naruto. What happened to your arm? Asked the ninja as he looks at the stump. I had to sever it to save my son from death. Stated Aquaman. The clone nods his head. We have the queen, she is safe and is leading my original body and Wonder Woman to Atlantis. We better head there so you can take the throne back. Said the clone as they continue to swim. Outside Atlantis. The sub carrying Naruto, Wonder Woman and Mera arrive at the same time as Aquaman and the clone arrive. After thinking of a plan they enter the city and just like the heroes that came before are attacked. Naruto blows a huge gust of wind out of his mouth, sending them at the wall on the opposite side of the loading dock. Aquaman starts to beat the crap out of the soldier with one arm, while Wonder Woman flies into several soldiers knocking them out. Mera is protecting her son with a dagger, killing the soldiers that come near her. Naruto turns and see a soldier take aim at Mera. Naruto disappears in Shunshin and reappear behind him. Naruto taps his shoulder as the man goes for a punch only to be blocked, then have his larynx cut by a kunai killing him instantly. They continue to fight their way to the holding cell. After disposing the guards they see the 3 members of the Justice League and 3 of the King personal guards in the holding cell. Naruto releases the Justice League while Aquaman releases the guard. The 3 guards bow. I am glad to see that you are okay, sire. Said one of the guards. Aquaman nodded his head. Are you the only ones left of the guards? He asked. We surrendered after the queen and captain left. Since our initial mission was successful we thought we should give up so we can live and fight another day. Said the one of the guards. Aquaman turns to Mera. Where is the captain? He asked. Naruto stepped up. He came with the queen, but he was injured. I was able to heal his wounds, but he's still too weak to help us, so I had a clone to keep him from aiding us so he doesn't die. Said Naruto. By the way, do you know why Orm would want the sub's core? Asked Naruto. Aquaman looks surprised. I believe I do. We have a reactor that would be used should the surface world ever invade Atlantis. Stated Aquaman. What does it do? Asked Superman. Aquaman sighs. It will melt the polar ice caps in the North Pole. It was meant to be used as last defense. I never armed it. Said the king. John steps up. Orm must have armed it with a reactor from the sub. Stated the lantern. Naruto thinks for a moment. We have an advantage. Said Naruto. Everyone looks at him. Orm think he has killed Aquaman and his son, as well as capture some of us already. We have the element of surprise on our side. If we strike quickly and decisively we will win. Stated Naruto. Everyone nods their heads in agreement. Naruto looks at Aquaman. Hand anyway. We need to get Aquaman a replacement for his lost limb. Said Naruto. Mera, do you have a personal medic you can call on? Asked Naruto. Mera nods. Yes, I called him the moment I saw my husband's arm. Of lack of it. He'll meet us at the infirmary, she said. Naruto and the other go to the infirmary to get Aquaman a replacement. In the infirmary Aquaman is laying down while the doctor is attaching a hook on his hand. In the waiting room Wonder Woman looks shocked to go to that length. She said. John shakes his head. I knew that man was crazy. He stated. Naruto heard that and unleashed some killer intent at John. Naruto stood up to speak with John shaking. I will overlook that comment because you have never lost a loved one in war. You might have lost comrades while in the Marines, but you have never lost a relative or family member in the battlefield. Stated Naruto glaring at John but lowering his killer intent. Remember this, John. Physical pain is nothing compared to emotional. He finished with a saddened look. Everyone looks at Naruto with different thought. He's still a child compared to me. He couldn't have fought in a war. The last war was the Persian Gulf and he would have been underage to fight in the battle. Thought John looking down in shame at what he said knowing Naruto was right. Who are you, Naruto? He knows a deity fighting style that should not be known outside the Amazonians or Olympian gods or goddess. There is only one person who trained with the gods, but he would have died from old age unless he was given a demigod status from Zeus. He is also very smart and a trickster on the level of Dolus and as brave as Apollo. Is he the warrior who helped the god a long time in that war? He just looks older than he appears just from that statement. Thought Diana. I sense many emotion, most of them negative, as if he has suffered numerous losses. There is sadness, regret, and self-loathing. Naruto is very complex than most humans when it comes to emotions, thought John. He has more wisdom than most kings that far exceed his age. Thought Mera. The 3 guard look at each other. He is a hardened veteran in battle. Thought one. He has killed apparently by how easy he took out Orm's men but still has respect of life. Thought the second soldier. He is nice one moment, brutal the next, and philosophical after that. He is different from most surface dwellers, thought the last soldier. Damn, why did I snap at him? But it's true, he doesn't have a clue about losing his loved ones in battle. Naruto thought as he remembers the family that he lost in pictures. Jiraiya, Hinata, Team 7 members and the 3rd Hokage appear in his mind. Naruto walks out and pulls out a communicator. Batman, do you read? Asked Naruto. I am here, Senin. Said the Dark Knight. Check on the status of the North Pole and let me know if there is any anomaly in terms of increased heat," said Naruto. "On it, Batman out," said the Caped Crusader. Naruto walks back and goes to John. "Sorry about snapping, but you have got to stop being a marine all the time," said Naruto, extending his hand to John. John gets up. "Sorry if I offended you in any way, as well as Aquaman. I will try to control my impulses," said John as he shakes Naruto's hand. Just then Aquaman comes out with a brand new hook. "Let's finish this," said the king. A beep was heard and Naruto picks up the communicator. "What did you find out, Batman?" asked Naruto. "I am heading to the North Pole. I didn't read any rising heat signatures, but he might have not put the core in," stated Batman. "When you get there, place the kunai there. I will teleport myself to help," said Naruto. Naruto turns to the assembled heroes. "I am going to have Batman throw a marker to the ground so I can get there faster. I need the rest to get started onto the North Pole," said Naruto. "But Batman is currently over Canada flying to the North Pole. As he land on the opposite side, he take the marked kunai and throws it." Naruto appears in a flash of light. He and Batman nod at each other and they head to the fortress made of ice that holds the reactor. They bust the door down and see Orm walking up to the weapon. He is just about to place the core in when it's knocked away by a batarang. Orm turns around and smirks. "Well, looks like I have proof of the assassination of our king and attempt on his brother," stated Orm. Naruto hold his hand out. "I will handle this, you must get the core," whispered Naruto. Batman nods his head and races to where the core landed. Naruto looks Orm in the eye. "Orm, I challenge you to the ritual Agua Duelam in the name of Arthur Curry," said Naruto. Orm's eyes widen. "How do you know of that?" he demanded. "I have lived for centuries, so of course I will know of this ritual. When it's invoked you must accept or the throne goes to the invoker or the man he represents," said Naruto, smirking. Orm is sweating. "Damn, he's got me there, but my men don't care about tradition. I can use that mantle against him," thought Orm, smiling. "I accept." "Orm, get the trident. I am sure you know that no one can interfere and it's to the death. Just weapons and hand-to-hand fighting. In other words, you can't use your powers," stated Orm. Naruto nodded. "I don't need my power. You have already lost due to your overconfident nature," stated Naruto as he takes out something from his pocket. It looks like a handle of a sword but with no blade. The item unravels itself from a short handle out of the front to form a short sword. Think of box cutter coming out of its sleeve. Naruto goes into a stance, the sword in a horizontal position to his chest. Orm points the trident at Naruto and fire a blast that is blocked by the sword. Naruto goes in for a swing, but that is blocked. Orm jumps back and shots the blast out of the trident but is blocked as Naruto advances in a fast pace, hoping close the distance. Orm continues to shot while backing up but can't hit. They finally exit the fortress into the snow. Naruto finally reach Orm and knocks the trident away. "Surrender, Orm, you have lost this fight and the duel," said Naruto, pointing his sword at Orm. Orm smirks and his single with his hands. Naruto, seeing this, turns around and manages to block a blast from a soldier and starts to fight Orm's men as they fire their blaster at Naruto. Naruto continues to fight back by blocking the blasts with his blade, then killing some. Naruto turns around in time to block a thrust by Orm. Naruto starts to tire and a luck shot hits him in the left leg and left arm, causing him to drop his sword and kneel on the ground. Orm smirks, thinking that victory is at hand. "You lose, boy. I will finish you off," he said as two soldiers grab Naruto by the arms and hoist him up. Orm takes aim with the trident. "I think I will torture you before killing you. The voltage on the trident will hurt your nervous system, but you will live until I kill you," stated Orm. Naruto smiles. "Get on with it or you will die. You already incurred the death penalty cheating during the ritual," said Naruto. Orm narrows his eyes. "Then I will kill now. You've earned some of my respect for your bravery. But now it ends," stated Orm. Just as Orm was about to execute Naruto when he drops his trident. Next, one of the soldiers is thrown back by a punch. Naruto sees the chance and hits the other one in his chest with his right elbow. Naruto stumbles but is caught by John. "You look like crap, Naruto," said Lantern. Naruto smiles weakly. "I have had worse injuries, but my left leg and left arm is paralyzed for the moment," said Naruto. John nods his head. "How long will it take to mobility back?" he asked. Naruto flexes his fingers. "I am starting to get feeling back in my finger. Give me 5 minutes. Can you hold them off for that long?" asked Naruto. Wonder Woman takes out an Atlantean water ski but saved the soldiers. Superman takes out a handful of foot soldiers. Batman is fighting an Atlantean officer on his ski. The 3 guards are holding the reinforcements back. 5 minutes later. Batman just knocked the officer out. One of guards is down and the other 2 is covering him. Just as one of the soldiers takes a shot at the down guard, he is killed with a twisted neck. Behind him you see the captain with a sword on his back as he being to fight to get to his men. Naruto gets up after getting back some movement and being to join in the battle along with John. In the fortress, Aquaman is fighting his brother on an icy bride over a gorge. Orm, who has a trident, tries to stab Aquaman repeatedly, but Aquaman has proven to be a superior fighter and manages to knock the weapon out of his brother's hands. Aquaman grabs the trident and pointed at Orm. "Surrender, and you won't be killed," stated Aquaman. Orm sees the short sword that Naruto dropped and grabs it, then lunges at Aquaman. Aquaman sidesteps Orm and knocks him off the bridge to his death. Aquaman shakes his head and grabs the blade and walks out. The rest of Orm men are rounded up and taken prisoner. Back in Atlantis, Aquaman is sitting on his throne with his wife in a chair next to him with their son and the captain and Naruto on opposite sides of the two. The rest of the Justice League stood off to the side ready to act should it be necessary. The generals that turned against the crown are in front of him. "Aquaman, explain yourselves, and it better give me a reason not to kill you for treason," said Aquaman with a glare. The generals shook in their places. "Orm captured our families, and to be honest, we were only following orders," said one of the general. Aquaman blood boiled. "Take them away," he said calmly, but inside he was seething with anger at the spineless cowards. Aquaman looked at his wife and son in the chair next to him. "We lost a lot of men, most of them traitors, but they were Atlantean soldiers," said Aquaman to his wife. The wife nodded. "Yes, but we are stronger for it. Because we endure the hardships," she said smiling. End. Chapter 5. Paradise Lost 1. Disclaimer. I don't own Naruto or JLA. Paradise Lost. Demon or God's voice. Dreams and flashbacks. Thoughts. Arthur's input. On a beach in Kitty Hawk. Naruto was relaxing on his summer break on a beach. His toned muscles were that of a fighter, a six-pack but not big. He had several scars. Some of the more visible ones were the one he received from Sasuke during the retrieval. It looked like a hole that the skin had grown over. The other was courtesy of Madara and Kabuto when he fought them 2-on-1. This one was a gash on both shoulders as if he was cut deeply by a sword. The third he received a long time ago in a legendary battle worthy of the gods. That one was a gash with remnants of what looked like bad burns. He was wearing orange trunks. Man, thank God for summer vacation, and there hadn't been a problem in over 2 months. I wonder how long that will last, wondered Naruto. Just as he said that the sky darkened. I just had to say that. Looks like a big storm, I better leave, he thought. Naruto was able to get to his beach house that he was renting and grabbed his Justice League communicator that was going off. "Send in here," he said as the screen appeared with the image of Wonder Woman on it. "Send in, there is a hurricane heading to where you are," she said as she looked at Naruto's toned body and scares. Naruto nodded his head. "Very well, is anyone coming to help?" he asked. "I am already near your location. I am the javelin," she said. "Very well, I will meet you on the beach and I will start the evacuation," said Naruto. "Understood, Diana out," she said. Naruto presses a switch on a pendant that has a symbol of a leaf. Naruto is smirking. "Good thing I asked Bruce to make this for me," he thought. Naruto is wearing a body armor that looks like Anbu. The gray armor with shoulder pad. He is wearing a sound mask and a headband with the symbol of the Shinobi Alliance that was used during the Fourth War. Naruto then grabs his scroll and unseals his cloak with kanji for Sennin. The cloak has half the symbol for Senju, which looks like trident on both ends on a staff sideways, and the Uzumaki swirl in the middle. Naruto shunsons to the beach and tell the lifeguard to evacuate the beach. After waiting, Naruto sees a hurricane in the horizon. "Damn, it's big," he swore out loud. Naruto helped with the evacuation. After he does that, Wonder Woman appears in the javelin. "Wonder Woman, I have to somehow weaken or redirect the hurricane," shouted Naruto as the wind is blowing, getting fiercer by the second. "The javelin hover over the beach. I need you to make sure this area has no civilians on the beach," said Naruto. "What are you going to do, Sennin?" she asked. Naruto smiles. "I am prepared to perform all 3 steps of my plan, but I will be weakened greatly. Go make sure no one is on the beach," stated Naruto. Wonder Woman flies off. Naruto starts to meditate. His eye have red pigments. He then is shrouded in a cloak of red energy as 8 tails appear on the cloak. Naruto then puts his fingers in a cross. "Massive shadow clone jutsu," said the ninja as 1000 clones are formed. "All of go to the other part of the beach and erect Earth style defense," said Naruto. The clones leave to different part of the beach. Naruto goes through some hand signs. "Earth style. Sand wall," Naruto said, and the sand on the beach raises 1 tail gone. "Earth style mud wall," said Naruto as the crust of the earth form a wall of mud behind the sand wall. Naruto they goes though 1 more hand sign. "Earth style. Rock wall," said Naruto as the ground opens up and rock are formed from the earth and forming a wall. Another tail disappears. "I have 6 tails left plus sage mode, which is about enough to finish this," thought Naruto. Naruto jumps in front of the wall and goes thought some hand sign. "Summoning jutsu Biju, summoning Sanbi Kaiodagam," shouted Naruto as he put his hand on the ground, summoning the 3-tailed turtle demon. The demon turns to Naruto. "Juubi-sama, you need my help?" it asked. "Yes, can you weaken the hurricane a little? Your control of water is greater than mine," said Naruto. The demon faces the ocean and then starts to roar with the roar slowing the hurricane down. Naruto starts to concentrate and form a fire-style Rasengan getting the size of a beach bullet, then lift off the Naruto palms almost like it's floating. Naruto waits for the hurricane to get smaller due to the sonic roar of the Sambi. Naruto throws the Firingan at the hurricane, causing it to evaporate from the heat. Naruto form another one and throws it. He makes two more and throws them, reducing the storm to nothing. Naruto collapses on one knee, breathing hard. Wonder Women get to Naruto and help him to the javelin. Naruto wakes up and sees Diana. So is everyone safe? Asked the ninja. Wonder Woman nod her head. Yes, we evacuated the beaches. But how did you destroy Hurricane? Asked Wonder Woman. Naruto smiled. Simple, I used a fire-style attack with enough heat I was able to evaporate most of the water molecules. Hurricane are usually mostly water, that's why it get weaker when it goes over land and stronger over water. Said Naruto. Naruto sits up. You look troubled. He stated. Diana looks down. During the invasion, I disobeyed my mother to help you in the battle and I am scared to go back. Said Wonder Woman. Naruto looks at Wonder Woman with sadness in his heart and guilt for asking her. I think you should go back and make amends. If she is your mother she will forgive you and you two will come to an understanding. Said Naruto. Diana smile. Thank for the advice. Naruto nods his head. Hope you have fun, Diana. He said as Diana lift off. But Diana is flying back to her birthplace. What should I say when I see her? Diana mentally asked herself. Diana finally gets to Themyscira and lands. It looks deserted, but that can't be, thought Diana. Diana head to the place and see scorch marks. Diana eyes widen. It looks like they were attacked. Diana goes to the temple of Hera and sees her sister turn to stone. Diana starts to panic. What happened here? She said frantically as she rushes to the interior of the temple. Mother, are you here? Asked Diana as she enters the room that they offer sacrifices to Hera. She freezes when she sees her mother as a statue. Diana falls down sobbing but gets up hearing someone enter. She turns around and sees a man in a blue robes with blue cap and gold rim on it. Who are? She asks. The man bows. My name is Faust, Felix Faust, Princess Diana. He said, smirking. What did you do to my sisters? She asked through her teeth. Faust smiled. Well, I came here for something, but no of your sister or your mother were cooperative, so I thought some educating was in order. Said Faust. Just then Diana flew at him and slammed him against the wall. Turn them back now. Diana shouted. Faust smirked. I would advise against that. If I die then you sisters and mother will stay that way. He said. What were you looking for? She asked. I was looking for the location of 3 certain artifacts. If you bring them to me then I will release you mother and sisters. He said. Diana looks at him. Prove it. She demanded. Faust raises his amulet and points it at statue of Diana's mother. A beam shoot out and hitting the statue, reverting it back to flesh. A beautiful woman looking not a day over 30 with blonde hair and a royal robe of white. Hippolyta falls down. Told you, I can release her. Said Faust in a tone of superiority. The queen stands up and rushes Faust only to be turned back to stone. Diana is boiling with fury. Fine, if I get the artifacts, you will release everyone. Said Diana. Of course, princess. Said the sorcerer as he gives Diana the map with the location of the 3 artifacts. Diana lands in front of a museum and break in through the window. She goes to the 3rd level and sees the artifact. She reaches in to pull it out. But Naruto is meditating when his eyes shoot open. Did some find the key? He thought as he disappears in a flash of yellow light. But Diana just pulled out the artifact and an image of a man with a winged cap and winged boot appears, then disappears. Diana does not see the apparition. After that a statue turns to life and attacks her. The statue of a 4-armed demon tried to punch her. But she dodged it by going in the air. Diana then flew at the golem and punched it, sending it back a few feet. The golem got up and drew 4 swords from its 4 sheaths and starts to swing at Diana. Diana manages to block most of them from her bracelets, but the golem's brute strength forced Diana to the ground. Diana tries to stand but falls down. The golem raises his sword over Diana as she closes her eyes. But death never came. Diana opens her eye and sees Naruto holding the golem's sword with one hand. He looks at Diana with a look of disappointment. Naruto throws the sword back, causing the golem to stumble. Naruto, not wasting time, rushes the golem, covering his hand with chakra. He punches the golem in the chest, making a hole. The golem gets back up and raises its swords, and Naruto takes his long sword out of his sheath. In an old-fashioned duel between swordsmen they charge at other. Naruto, being faster of the two, cuts the golem to pieces. Naruto throws his sword up and takes his sheath and raises it, catching the sword while it falls down. He then turns to Diana. What are you doing, Diana? He asked. Diana puts her head in defeat. My home was attacked by a mystic called Felix Faust. He asked me to find 3 artifacts, but I don't know what they do. She told Naruto. Naruto sighed. Great, looks like someone found out about Tartarus. Said Naruto, causing Diana's eyes to widen at that statement. Just then Superman flies in. What going on? He asked. Naruto starts to walk away. This is none of you concern, Superman. He said darkly. Superman stops him. It becomes my concern when my friends break into a museum and start destroying artifacts. He said. Ask Diana, I have to get ready for what's to come. If you give Faust those items, be prepared to fight a god, said Naruto as he disappears in a yellow flash, leaving Superman, Diana and the new arrivals of Flash and John. Superman turns to Diana. What is going on, Diana? He asked. Diana explained what happened at her home. So if I don't bring these artifacts, then my mother and sisters will be stoned forever, said Wonder Woman. The Justice League looks down until Flash looks up. It's obvious what we must do, he said, causing Diana to lower her head. We have to get the rest of the artifacts, stated Flash as the rest of the heroes smile. Diana looks up, relieved with a smile. Thank you for helping, she said. In front of the Parthenon in Athens, Naruto is walking to the temple built to the Olympian gods. The temple itself is not in its former glory. He has a large scroll on his back. Naruto gets to the temple and put his finger in a ram symbol. Heavenly release, said Naruto as a mist appears and swallow Naruto. The mist clears and Naruto is gone. In a void of endless white, Naruto waits, then lights appears in a path. Naruto walks down and reaches the real Parthenon. Above the Parthenon there were step in the back going into the cloud. The two stone guards looks at him. One had a spear and hoplon on his arm, which is a shield. The second one had a pike over 2 feet long. What business do you have with the gods? One asked in a deep voice. Naruto bowed on his knees. I have come for assistance about the god of the underworld, said Naruto, not getting up. Do you have an offering for them? Asked the second guard with the pike. I have enough for all 11 gods minus Hades, stated Naruto. The guards nod and move to the side and wave him in. But Diana and the remaining heroes after Naruto left. Do you have the map of where the other artifacts are? Asked John. Diana opens the map. One is in New York at a shopping center. The other is in Mexico in what I can assume to be a temple, said Diana. Superman looks at the map. Alright, I will retrieve the one in New York with Diana. John, you and Flash will get the one in Mexico, said Superman as both teams leave. But Flash and John Timon went to Mexico and found the Aztec temple that housed the artifact. Flash raced into the temple and got the one of the artifacts and raced out, but before they could leave, smoke was seen and out came a snake. The snake attacked the two heroes. Flash ran around it but was caught by its tail and was slowly being constricted. John flew at the snake and started to punch it. The snake knocked John away with its head. Meanwhile, the Flash started to vibrate his body, hoping to force the snake to release him. After vibrating his body, he finally manages to loosen the grip of the tail and escapes. Flash form a mini tornado of earth around the snake to blind him, and John get up and punches the snake with all his strength, causing it disappear in a smoke screen. John and Flash meet up after getting the artifact. They leave to meet with the others. An image of a man with a spear and a chariot pulling something behind him and shown. But Superman and Wonder Woman. Superman and Diana just entered the mall. It was closed, so they had to go through a window that was conveniently open. They ran to find the artifact. This place is like a temple, stated Wonder Woman. Superman smiles only to people who worship credit cards as they pass a clothing store. Man, what is with these clothing? You can't fight in them, said Diana. They see the artifacts in a display case in the middle of the mall. Diana reaches to grabs the artifact but is shocked with electricity as she holds on to it. She manages to pull it out and an image of 2 people, 1 woman with a staff and 1 man with a lightning bolt, appears and disappears. Diana eyes widen at realization of who they were. Hera and Zeus, she whispers. Let's go, Superman, she said, turning around to see a demon in his place. Superman just walked up to where Diana was supposed to be but saw a demon that was red and had cuff of skin that looked like bracelets in her place. Where's Wonder Woman? He asked, getting ready to fight. Wonder Woman looks at the demon. This one was blue and had what appeared to be a cape of skin. What did you do to Superman? Wonder Woman and Superman charge their demons. But Naruto walked to back of the temple with 11 statues as he takes out his scroll and unseals 11 dead animals, bears, deer and birds. He kneels and starts to meditate. The gods of Olympia, I give you an offering for your help. I beseech you for your aid, said Naruto. The lights hit the statues and they turns to flesh. The one in the middle had a short beard and a bolt of lightning on his side. Next to him is a female with a staff. On the other side is a man in a blue toga with a trident in front of him. The next god has a shield and spear, is wearing blood-red armor. On the shield is the Greek word for war. Naruto looks at the 11 gods. Lord Zeus, we have a problem, said Naruto, still and sitting in a meditative stance. The man in the middle nods his head. We have sensed the tampering with the key. My son Apollo sensed the one in Mexico being taken. My wife Hera and I have seen the one taken in New York, and my other son Hermes has seen the one in the Museum of Ancient History in DC. The man in red armor spoke next. What do you need, warrior? You are strong enough to fight the Lord of the Dead, but not to win. Naruto takes out a piece of paper. I need to retrieve these 3 heroes as well as 300 warriors. Said Naruto. Zeus looks at the paper. I can give you these 3 heroes, but the army of Sparta I cannot give you. Stated the god. I need 2 more things. 1. I need 2 souls from the Shinigami, and 2. I need the okay from you to have my allies, mostly men, to go to the island of the Amazons. Said Naruto. I will allow it. Said Zeus as he takes a parchment and starts to write. I will ask the Shinigami about the 2 souls you requested. I will let you go to Island of the Blessed to gather these warriors, but only those 3 heroes you requested. When you return I will have the Shinigami's answer. Naruto bows as stairs appear going below the temple. Naruto goes down the stairs to the depths of Hades, which is ruled by a proxy of the gods. But Diana and Superman, they were fighting their demons. Wonder Woman punches hers near a fountain. Well, Superman just got punched in the same spot. He looks at the reflection and sees that he was fighting Diana. Diana? He asked himself. Diana grabs the demon by the throat. Where is Superman? She said. The demon point to the fountain and Diana turn her head and see that she is holding Superman by the throat. Diana gasps and drops Superman. I tried to tell. Said the Man of Steel weakly. Diana is shaking Hera. What evil have we unleashed? She asked guilt-ridden. Superman gets up as his communicator beeps. It's Batman. I have some information on you, friend Faust. Said the Dark Knight. The 2 heroes leave them all they ruined in their fighting and head further into the city. They reach Faust's apartment and they see Batman, Flash and John there already. Faust was a scientist in a local university. But he was fascinated with the dark arts. He was kicked out by his bosses, but they mysteriously vanished without a trace. Said Batman. I wonder what happened to them? Asked John. Superman turns around. I think I found them. He said as the heroes turn around and see dried, shrunken heads. Everyone eyes widen. He's a madman. Stated Wonder Woman. Batman turns to Diana. I read his journal and the last entry refers to Tartarus. Said Batman. The artifacts are really pieces of a key, but we don't know what they unlock. Finished Batman. There is a legend that my sisters know of about Tartarus. My mother was in love with the god Hades. He used my mother to open the gates Tartarus so he can take over Olympia and kill the gods. The muses still sing of the battle, but the one part strike my interest is that Immortal joined the gods in battle. He was instrumental in defeating Hades because he was able to hold off 3 of the titans that were banished to Tartarus in the beginning. He was able to kill 2 and force the other one into the portal of Tartarus. He saw that the king of the gods Zeus was struggling. The warrior then engaged Hades for 2 hours in battle, giving the gods time to banish hate in a ritual of sealing. He was known as the Titan Destroyer. For her part in unknowingly helping Hades, my mother was forced to stay on the island as its guardian. She has been there for all this time. Said Diana as she recalled the story. Then we have to stop Faust if releasing Hades is his goal. Stated Superman. They continued to talk, forming a plan to fight Faust and free Diana's sisters and mother. On Themyscira. In the temple, Faust was talking to a pit of fire. Faust, where is the princess? You said she will be here with the key. Said the voice. Patience, my lord, she will come, said Faust. The voice snarled. I've been patient for 1,500 years. Said the voice. Don't worry, once the key is given to me the world shall be ours, Lord Hades, said Faust. The voice of the fallen god chuckles. Indeed it shall, mortal. Said the voice of Hades. An hour later. Wonder Woman land on the beach of the island. She then heads to the temple and sees Faust at the altar in the back. Faust smiles. Glad to see you again, princess. He said. I have the artifacts, release my mother. She demands. Faust smiles evilly. Of course I will honor our deal. Said Faust as he takes the amulet and points it at the queen's statue and shoot a beam, turning her to flesh. Hippolyta looks around and sees Diana. Diana, you didn't. Please tell you didn't give him the key. She said, worried. Your daughter is very loyal to her family. Said Faust as he starts to walk away but knocked back by Flash. Sorry pal, but you won't win, said the speedster as Superman, Batman and John appear flanking Diana's sides. Hippolyta looks shocked. Diana, you allowed men on the island. She said. Diana looks down. I am sorry, but I needed their help with Faust. Said Diana. Faust started an incantation and when he finishes it, plants start to grow and attack the heroes, forcing them to split up. Superman takes some out with his heat vision. Batman throws some exploding batarang, destroying some of them. Faust turns the queen to stone and takes her down the stairs. The heroes try everything to take out the plants, but nothing works. They just keep attacking and multiplying. The warriors are being pushed back but are saved a stream of fire that destroys the main body of the plant that is controlling the roots and limbs. Everyone turns and see a man in golden armor with his head and face, except his mouth is coved with a helmet and face plate. On the armor is the symbol of a thunderbolt. He is holding a sword with golden blade and jeweled handle and a round shield with the Greek word hero on it. Wonder Woman eyes widen. You're the Titan Destroyer, she said. The man walks toward the stairs. We don't have time to chat, we can't let Hades be released. said the man in a deep voice. The heroes follow him down below. They don't see 5 figures follow them. The mysterious warrior opens the door and all of the heroes enter. The warrior sees Hippolyta tied to a post in front of 2 doors. He sinks in the shadows of the right wall. "Faust, stop this, you don't know what you're doing," pleaded the queen. Faust turns around. "I am well aware of what I am doing. Now let's not keep our lord waiting," said the madman. He places the key on the pedestal and backs up. The door opens and the fire behind it gets bigger. "At last I am free of this prison," said the god as he exits. Hades was about 8 feet tall, had gray skin and a mustache and goatee. He is wearing gray armor with black robe over it. "Faust bows, welcome Lord Hades, I offer a gift on your return," said Faust as his arm point to the queen. Hades smiles and takes off his helmet. "Does my eye deceive? If it isn't Hippolyta, it's been too long since I have laid eyes on you," said Hades. Hippolyta looks at him. "Not days gone by that I don't remember your betrayal," said the queen. Hades cups her face in his hands. "Not a day's gone by that I don't miss the touch of flesh," said Hades, only for Hippolyta to spit on him. Faust walks up to Hades. "Your promise, my lord?" he asked. Hades smiles. "Of course, ultimate knowledge." Hades put 2 fingers on and channeled some energy. "Ironically, the only knowledge humans will ever know is pain and suffering," said the god as Faust get older and decrepit. The Justice League are horrified. Hades turns around to get punched by Diana. Diana runs up to Hippolyta. "Mother, are you okay?" asked Diana. Hades gets up. "I didn't know you had a daughter, Hippolyta. I wonder if she is as lovely as her mother," said Hades as he advanced on the 2. Superman attack Hades in the jaw, making him stumble back from the surprise attack. He catches himself and slaps Superman with his palm. Hades looks around and see more annoyances. He has a smug look on his face. "Let's have some fun," he said as 3,000 skeletons appears. "This is the fate of all heroes," he said as the undead army charged towards the heroes. The Justice League and Hippolyta start fighting the undead army. Hades looks around. "I know there are more nuisances," stated Hades. Hades catches a dagger thrown at him and breaks it. "It's been a long time, warrior," said Hades as the warrior dropped down in full battle gear. He raises his sword in a defensive position. Hades make a sword out of fire in his hand and it turned to metal. The warrior attack and in a clash of titans neither give ground. Finally Hades knocks the warrior down and goes for a stab. The man backflips away and goes through some hand signs. Hades seeing this breath out fire out of his mouth as water is shot out of the warrior's mouth. The 2 attacks negate each other. Hades blitzes the warrior and grabs him by his collar and poised his sword to the man's chest. But before the sword is sent down to the defeated warrior, a cry of Rasengan is heard. Hades drops the warrior and dodges. Standing there is a man with blonde hair and a cloak with flames on it. On the cloak is the word for 4th fire shadow. The warrior jumps beside him and 3 more appear next to them. One had a spear and a shield with a symbol for Ithaca. The next one is a man with a bag and a sword. He also wore winged sandals. The third has a sword and a shield of the Grecian commander. The 4th was the only woman. She had red hair and a katana. Hades smirks. "So I see you went to the Isle of the Blessed to get allies. Odysseus, Perseus and Achilles. The young lady I don't know though," said Hades. "I am the bloody habanero Kushina Uzumaki," said the woman extending her sword. "The man with blonde hair. My name is Minato Namikaze. The yellow flash of the leaf," said the blonde. The other warrior take off his helmet and revels. "Blonde hair and whisker marks name Naruto Uzumaki, Rakuto Senin, also known as the Titan Destroyer," said Naruto as the Justice League gasp at the arrival of their comrade and the revelation of his past. No one is more surprised than Diana. Hippolyta smiles at the Naruto. "Now we have a chance at defeating Hades," she said loud enough for her daughter to hear. Then Part 1. Chapter 6. Paradise Lost, Heavenly Gates of the Sage. Disclaimer. I don't own Naruto or JLA or any of the myths of Greece. Paradise Lost Part 2, Heavenly Gates of the Sage. Demon or God's voice. Dreams and flashbacks. Thoughts. Arthur's input. And Tartarus. The line of former heroes and ninjas of legends stood in front of Hades. Behind them was the army of the undead and the Justice League, with the Queen of the Amazons facing each other. Naruto, who was standing beside his father and mother, nodded his head, and the 3 heroes of Greece started to fight the undead army that Hades unleashed against them. Minato and Kushina charged the god of the dead but were knocked back by a punch each. Naruto went thought some hand sign and blew a powerful gust of wind, hitting Hades in the chest, cutting his robe. But the Justice League Superman is taking out skeletons right and left. Batman is throwing batarangs that explodes. John and Flash are working together to bring down some of the skeletons. The old Grecian heroes are fighting side by side, showing their prowess that exceeds mortal man. Diana and her mother are fighting together. Diana just cut a skeleton and turns to her mother. "How do you know Naruto and how is holding back a god?" She asked, a little annoyed that this was kept from her. Hippolyta just finished off her batch of skeletons, he was the one that helped Zeus fight Hades, your friend is the strongest mortal turned demigod in existence. Even all gods of every region have full respect for him and told all their soldiers to flee on sight if they ever encountered him as an enemy. The only three gods to be able to fight him evenly and win with little difficulty are Zeus, Ra and Aten. The other can win, but it will be a long battle and only because Naruto can be killed the gods can't, said Hippolyta. Diana's eyes show great surprise, she notices that the army has been whipped out. The others look at the battle between god and demigod. Both have numerous injuries. Naruto's armor is destroyed and his shirt is half torn. Hades had a bloody lip, a shitload of cuts due to Naruto repeated wind attacks. Hades laugh, you are good warrior, but unlike you I can't be killed, said Hades as he starts to grow to 15 feet. Naruto sheath his blade and starts to gather energy in his hand wind style. Double Rasen Shuriken, he thinks to himself. The Rasengan form with a screeching after and blades appearing like a saw. Naruto makes another one in his other hands and he throws both at Hades. Hades manages to catch the first one and the second one in his bare hand, causing everyone to start slack-jawed, everyone but Naruto. Not bad, but you'll have to do better than that, said the god. Naruto smirks and closes both fists. You lose, Lord Hades, said Naruto as the attacks in Hades' hands explodes, cutting his arms over 1,000 times. Hades drops to one knee. Damn you, that actually hurt, it hurt, shouted Hades as his face transforms into a demon. You dare to challenge a god, he says, blowing a huge stream of fire at Naruto. Naruto blows water out of his mouth in a form of a wall, evaporating most of the flames, but some get thought and hit Naruto in the arm, burning it a little. Naruto kneels due to chakra depletion. He starts to breath hard and puts one hand on the ground. Chakra form around his hand. Damn, not enough. There isn't enough life in this area to give a lot of chakra, thought Naruto as he gets up and faces Hades again. Naruto gets up wobbly and sees Hades is being engaged by Superman and Wonder Woman. Hippolyta runs up to Naruto after seeing him wobble. Are you alright, Naruto? She asks. Naruto is breathing hard. I think so, though I should have been training instead of fighting in pointless wars that did not concern me, said Naruto as he thinks of the Civil War and Second World War where he fought on the Union and allies, mostly covert. Naruto looks and sees Superman and Wonder Woman getting knocked back by Hades. Naruto singles the two ninjas as Minato and Kushina appear next to him. Hades point his hand towards the door and a portal appears of green and black energy mixing together. This battle is annoying, let's see you take on these demons, said the god as 1,000 demons enter the fray. Naruto has finished talking to his parents. Just to see Odysseus punched into the wall by a demon. Perseus take out Medusa's head and starts to turn the demons to stone. Achilles is killing demon right and left, showing off his battle superiority compared to the other Greek heroes. Naruto sees an opening and waves his parents to attack Hades. Naruto then dodges an attack from a demon and cuts him in half. Naruto mindscape while he's fighting. Naruto is meditating in his mind on a field of grass in the lake. The sun is reddish with light hitting Naruto. Chakra starts to gather inside Naruto's body. He opens his eyes and they have pigment underneath. In the battle outside, Naruto is fighting the demon while his eyes start to get red pigments underneath them and has a bar going horizontal showing of a sage. His chakra flare and become visible, a mix of red and gold. Next he starts to glow and the seal on his stomach appears. His hair gets longer and his eye shines silver. Everyone stops their fight to see the transformation. Naruto floats into the sky. He looks at the demon and Hades, scowling at both. It's over, Hades, not even Zeus can kill me without suffering from painful wounds. For 1 hour I am a god and an immortal, said Naruto in a bold lettered voice reserved for gods. Hades looks on with a scared expression on his face, but then it turns to glee. At last a legendary deity state. If my memory served correctly, the only person to achieve this state was the Shodi Rakuto Sennin when he fought the 10 tails. At last I can kill you at your best. No regrets and complaints, we shall see which of us is stronger, he said as he charges forward in a slight burst of speed. Naruto stand in the same spot, no guard up to block any attack. Hades throws the punch, but he misses his target. He looks in front of him but doesn't see his opponent. Shoot, how fast are you? Said Hades, annoyed as the camera back up and it shows Naruto with his back facing Hades back to back. Hades is pissed and the Justice League, their allies, are flabbergasted at the pure speed. You think you can beat me? Asked Hades as he turns around and tries to punch Naruto in the head, only for his fist to be caught by Naruto's hand. Naruto pivots his foot and backhands Hades in the chest, then jumps up to Hades' head and does aerial somersault kick with enough force to kill a demigod. Hades stumbles from the hit, then gets punches in the chest a second later, causing Hades to clutch his chest in pain. Wonder Woman looks on, scared of and for her friend Great Hera. What strength and speed, she said. Hippolyta nods her head. I have heard of this state from Zeus. It gives him immortality for 1 hour, and his strength and speed are 50 times stronger and on par with Uranus, the god of sky, and heaven, the father of Cronus, who gave birth to Zeus, and his siblings, founder of the Greek gods. The other are awestruck at witnessing such a brutal battle between gods. Naruto lands a blow to Hades' jaw while in the air. Hades backslaps Naruto, sending him into a wall. Hades then breath fire at Naruto, but misses as Naruto flashes next to Hades and punches him, sending him back. He then disappears. Get behind. Hades kicks him in the air. Naruto jumps into the sky and kicks him down. Naruto starts to glow golden. Final move, Heavenly Gates release, said Naruto in a whisper. First Heavenly Gate, Gate of Worship, open. Second, Gate of Godly Betrayal, open. Third Gate, Heavenly Revival, open, said Naruto as he start to glow bright gold and the aura around him is starting to mix with his deity state. 4 Gate of Offering, open, he said as his chakra is starting to get volatile and the wind is picking up from the power. 5th Gate, Gate of Divine Punish, open, said Naruto as he starts to sweat with gold sweat. Hippolyta looks worried. No, he wouldn't, she asked herself as the wind picks up even further. Mother, what is going on? Asked Diana. Hippolyta looks at her daughter with tears coming out. Naruto is going to die if he goes any higher. The move is forbidden. It's similar to the one a friend of his in his time called the Celestial Gates, but this one is the Heavenly Gates. But the first you can become as strong as Rakuto Sennin, which is the strongest ninja ever, but the Heavenly Gate you become as strong as a god, and since Naruto is at Uranus's level at the moment and is the strongest mortal turned god in existence for the next hour, said the queen. Superman comes up to the queen. How do you know this? He asked. She looks at the heroes. He showed it to me 200 years ago. About 1000 years after the battle against Hades. Flashback. Hippolyta, I need to show you something, said a blonde with a Jounin jacket on. Hippolyta comes out of the palace and sees him, and she bows to him to show respect. Lord Uzumaki, what can I do for you today? Asked Hippolyta. Naruto frowns. Your Highness, I wish you would stop call me by my title and call me Naruto. You know how I feel about titles, said Naruto. Of course Naruto, what do you need to show me? She asked. Naruto smiles. I have mastered the Heavenly Gates to the 4 of the 6 levels, said Naruto with a smile. Hippolyta eyes widen. Impossible, only a deity can open the Heavenly Gate past the 3rd level, stated the queen. Naruto smirks and take a stance. First Gate of Worship, release. Second Gate, Godly Betrayal, release. Third Gate, Heavenly Revival, release. Naruto starts to glow bright gold. Fourth Gate, Gate of Offering, release, said Naruto as his energy become volatile. He smiles. It took 200 years, but I have achieved 4th Gate, said Naruto as he looks down. I would go higher, but I will die in my current state if I go any higher, he said. When you open the 6th gate you become powerful, but the user only lives for 20 minutes before he dies. I just hope I never have to go that high, said the ninja. Then flashback. Hippolyta looks at Naruto with a sad expression. He's planning on dying in this battle to beat Hades, she told the others, causing the Justice League eyes to widen. Naruto charges out and slams in Hades, making a hole in his chest. Hades tries to grab Naruto, but Naruto disappears in a flash of gold energy. He then kicks the giant Hades into the air and reappears right above him. Hades, even when fighting his brother Zeus, has never felt true fear, but watch a mere mortal attain a power that surpasses a god has made him fear for his life. Hades starts to sweat with both fear and a jealousy of Naruto's power. Hades puts his arms in an attempt to block the hit. Naruto glows start to get brighter as he is surrounded of pure golden energy. 6th Gate, Divine Judgment, whispered Naruto loud enough for Hades to hear as his eyes widen in pure fear. Naruto throws the punch at such speeds that you couldn't even see the fist, it was going faster than his whole body. Godly Wraith, the attack from the heavens, shouted Naruto as the punches connect no less than 500 times in less than 5 seconds, dropping Hades to the ground in a bloody pulp. Minato and Kushina both reach for a scroll and paintbrushes and get on opposite side of the fallen god. They then go through some hand signs Fuinjutsu, Immortal Sealing Jutsu. They shout as they draw a diagram on the scroll. The ink turns gold and ropes bind the fallen god and his minions and slowly drag them back to Tartarus screaming. Hippolyta points to the key that was on the pedestal and motion her daughter to destroy it. Diana rushes in and grabs the key after Hades and the demon in the prison of Tartarus, forcing the door close. The Justice League puts their guard down. But the 2 ninjas and the heroes disappear in thin air. Wonder Woman looks at them puzzled. Minato smiled. Our time is up, we had 3 hours to fight before our souls are claimed by gods, said Minato as he disappears for good. Naruto cloak of power dissipates as he plummets to the earth from a height that could kill a normal man. Superman flies up and catches him before he hits the ground. He puts Naruto down and checks his pulse. Superman closes his eye in sorrow. He carries Naruto limp body to the others. The scars of battle show on every surface of his chest. His eyes closed like he was sleeping. Is he? asked Flash. Superman nods his head. There is no pulse or any breathing. He said. Diana starts to cry. It's my fault. If I hadn't given Faust the key, Naruto wouldn't have to kill himself in such a manner. She said through tears. The Justice League looks grief-stricken at the outcome of the battle. The loss has hit Hippolyta the worst because she knew him the longest. Just as the Naruto friend and comrades were grieving, a beam of white light and engulfed in a circle, forcing the heroes back, and when the beam dissipated, there stood 11 figures all around 8 feet tall, with white robes and different weaponry. The man with the lightning bolt walked up to the downed warrior. It is not your time to go yet, young warrior Uzumaki, said the man as the 11 figures start to pray. Energy glows from their hands as the glow surrounds Naruto. His most severe wounds start to close. A finger moves, then more start to move. His breathing is light but getting stronger. The burns he suffer as a result of opening the 6 gates is healing as well. Finally his eyes crack open a little until they are wide open. Naruto smiles weakly. What did I miss? He asked with some humor. The heroes rush up to him with Diana getting to him first. She holds him in a death hug. I'm sorry Naruto for all the damage that I caused, she said through tears. Naruto smiles weakly. We all make mistakes once in a while, said the ninja as he returns the hug. Superman helps him up and steadies him. Hippolyta bows before the 11 figures. Thank Lords of Olympus, she said. The gods and goddess nod and disappears except for Zeus. He turns to Queen. Give Naruto a message. He is still hurt and won't be at full strength for a month. Tell him to take it easy, said the king of gods. Hippolyta bows again as Zeus disappears. 2 days after the battle and supposed death and revival of Naruto, Hippolyta was standing in front of the altar outside her palace. Standing in front of her were the Justice League, and to both sides were the Amazonian army. On behalf of my people and myself, I would like to thank the heroes of the battle Tartarus for defeating the god Hades, she said as she takes 6 medals with a symbol of a thunderbolt on it. For bravery in the face of death, I award you the highest honor of my people. You are truly heroes, she said as 5 soldiers of the queen's personal guard give the medals to the 5 heroes, and the queen gives one to Naruto personally. The heroes bow before her in a show of respect. Hippolyta steps back. Diana, please step forward, she asked. Diana steps up to the altar and kneels. Yes, mother, she asked. You fought bravely against Hades, but you disobeyed our most sacred law by bringing men to the island. As your queen, I have to banish you from Themyscira, she told her daughter with sadness, causing the heroes minus Naruto and Batman eyes to widen. Diana bows. Understood, mother, she said as she walks back to her friends. She can't do that, stated Flash. Naruto put a hand on Flash's shoulder. She has to. As queen, she has to follow the laws and punish those who break them. If she shows favoritism, she will look weak as a sovereign, said Naruto. Flash opens his mouth to protest. It better than execution in my opinion. Diana broke a law that is punishable by death usually, said Naruto. This is crazy, stated the speedster. Batman places a hand on Flash's shoulder. Don't make this any harder than it has to be, said the Dark Knight as he looks at Diana's retreating form. The heroes minus Naruto walk back to the javelin. Naruto and the queen have a stare-off. I know what you're going to request, Naruto, but I stand by my decision. Giving up your right to come back in exchange for Diana to come home won't work. She broke the law, not you. You're the only man allowed on the island, she said. Naruto bows and head back to the javelin. When he gets there, Diana comes up. Thanks for saving my home, she said. It's no big deal, princess. Your mother is a good friend of mine, as are you, and I would have done it as many times as needed for you and her because we're friends, stated Naruto. They enter the javelin, go back to the watchtower. End. What if you be Naruto x Wonder Woman? End here, and thanks for watching my video till the end.